Guys, I don't even know if this is sending to YouTube yet because like it may be a little bit behind. But Austin and I, literally minutes ago,
Literally, probably like about 5, not even.
about 5 minutes ago, Austin and I both finished episode 10 of Kaiju number 8, and it was hype as hell. Oh my gosh!
So fucking good.
But yeah, we may talk about that later in the stream. But like we're still coming down from that. But
We're very excited. We're
very excited about next week.
Adrenaline's pumping right now.
Yeah. But so we'll probably talk about that a little bit, depending on like if people that have seen Kaiju number 8 pop in, because we don't want to spoil, because there's no real way to talk about this episode without spoiling anything. But yeah, that's not why we're here tonight. We're here playing the Division 2, and just for people that are watching this after the fact, because I did get some flack last time about my Illuminate Are Here video. I do want to clarify, we are here to one, play Division 2, but we're also going to talk about seasonal characters throughout the beginning of this. But we're going to wait a few minutes, because typically with our streams, because this is a VOD from a stream, typically the way they go is the first little bit is pretty dead, and then people start to show up. So I'm going to save that discussion for when we've got somebody here. Basically, that way we don't have to repeat the discussion. So hang in there. If you're watching this after it's been live, I would recommend, and you don't want to hear all of the Austin, say something real quick.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Your audio's here. Okay, and you don't want to deal with all like any gameplay or anything like that. I would just recommend like skipping 5-10 minutes ahead. Oh, Evan's gonna join us too.
Hey, let's go. All right, should we switch over to that Discord?
Yeah. Call the group call.
Okay. Does Evan watch first?
I don't think. Well, I think he may have read it, because he said it's okay when we talk to him. So we may need to talk to him about that and just be like, "Yo,
yeah,
all right,
go watch this."
Yeah, all right, I'm calling the group. Hey. Hello.
I'm currently driving.
You just said you were down.
Oh.
Would be. Yes. I'm like 5 minutes away from home.
You said I'm down for Division if you want to do stuff.
Yeah, I'm down.
To be fair, he didn't say he was on.
Correct.
Yeah.
I didn't say I was
No.
ready. I just said I would be down.
You didn't say you would be. You said you are, as in current tense, present tense. Austin, join my group. Okay, just drive.
Why isn't my game up?
Pop in when you're home.
Oh, that was a mistype.
Yeah, it's okay.
That was a mistype.
It's fine. We're streaming. We'll see you in a minute.
All right.
Later. Hey, Lily. Lily, the bald Roblox queen is here.
What? Is that me? Or is that what you said?
No, so Lily, using Courtney's account, said, Lily, the bald Roblox queen is here. Hey, Lily. I assume your Roblox character is bald? I'm looking for what's targeted in Roblox. I'm bald. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. So Austin, I figure since you haven't done the Keener stuff yet, we can do that, like the manhunt stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So actually, I'll join your world.
Okay.
And you just need to make sure the global is set to heroic. With I would recommend probably Fog of War and Ragers so that we can get the 50% XP bonus.
Yeah. I'm still loading.
Okay, cool. But yeah, anybody that is watching this after the fact, we will get to seasonal characters, I promise. And there will be more discussion, actually. Now that Evan's going to be here, we'll have another person to pull opinion from. Because Evan and I have talked very lightly about it. And I think Evan, I have a feeling with the experience with other games Evan's had, he's probably going to play a more devil's advocate role to where I'm feeling pretty against it right now. But I'm open to it. I'm kind of in the middle, just leaning more towards I don't like the idea of it. How you doing, Lily? What's up? Let me know when your game is loaded in.
Yeah. Don't you go to New York before you join or after?
You need to stay in the DC. It's not in New York.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So basically, you are going to. Do you have Echo? Like the manhunt target, Echo?
Yes.
We're going to do that.
I need to go do the trial.
Yes. Evan and I have already done that trial, so you just need to change the global difficulty to heroic, and then add the directives Ragers and
Yep.
what's it called? The other one, and Fog of War revisited.
Fog of War Rangers.
Lily says, "I'm good Smurf cat."
Okay.
What is that?
No idea.
Hey, Kaylin. Kaylin, you watch anime?
Yeah, we need to know. We need to know this.
Because if you do, Austin clued me into an anime called Kaiju, number 8.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's cooking. it's okay. Well, it's really good, Kaylin. It's really good. If you are ever wanted to get into anime, honestly, I would say Kaiju number 8 is up there.
It's a good one.
It's a really good one. I would say it's up there with My Hero Academia as a really good anime gateway. Because, like, it's not overly silly. The pacing is immaculate. I thought that My Hero Academia's pacing was fast. Like, in a good way. Kaiju number 8 is rivaling the Devilman Crybaby for pacing. Which is insane. Because Devilman Crybaby went from episode 1 being about a guy who cries a lot who's on the track and field team to the final episode being about spoilers, but don't watch this anime. Spoilers. Him fighting Satan and the world ending.
And how long is the show? I forget.
Like 13 episodes.
Yeah.
It's insane. Also, it's horrible. Don't watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it. Apparently the old one's worse.
Old one?
There's 2 versions to it.
It's a remake?
It's a remake.
Why would they remake that trash? It was horrible.
Oh, it's almost a little bit worse than the first one. The first version. So
Kaylin, basically the concept, and I'll give you the surface level like elevator pitch of Kaiju number 8. Basically, it takes place in a world where kaiju, big monsters like Godzilla, kaiju are a regular occurrence almost to the level of like severe weather. So like it's in a postmodern Tokyo, I believe, has been kind of established. Yeah. So each district within the city has a defense force comprised of people who have basically trained to specially kill kaiju, and the more experienced ones have like special weapons. Like there's this one girl who within the first 3 minutes of the first episode, she one taps Godzilla with a railgun. Basically. And so the series follows that group of people that fight kaiju. And it's
number 8.
Yes. Episode 10 came out today and it was dope. It was amazing.
Oh, then there's the vice captain.
Vice captain is just a dude who uses 2 daggers and he's a freaking unit. So
I've still yet to find my appeal for that show.
How deep did you get into it?
5.
Okay. So I've been into it since the beginning, but I do feel like it's gotten really good in the past few episodes, especially. The pacing is really impressive. Like they seem like this first season, it feels like, no spoilers, but it feels like a lot of the conflict or tension that could have lasted the entire series is going to be wrapped up in this first season. So where they could go in the future is very interesting to me. Also, Lily, we're not talking about the Devil May Cry anime. I understand the confusion. We were talking about Devilman Crybaby, which is bad.
Whoa.
You like Devilman Crybaby? Are you kidding me?
No way.
I really like the animation. The story was kind of mid. I mean, now, here's the real comparison. I think Devilman Crybaby is better than Demon Slayer. I think Demon Slayer is fucking garbage. That is the worst fucking show I have actually... Sorry, scratch that. Even hotter take. AOT can suck my nuts.
I hate AOT.
This show was awful.
I hate AOT. The
AOT
only...
is worse than Demon Slayer?
Evan,
Demon
careful.
Slayer's... What?
Lily is child. Lily is child.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That is true.
I'm sorry. I'm a very language-intensive person. I apologize.
AOT, the only good thing about AOT, like, I enjoyed the first season just because it was, like, I enjoyed the intensity of it and the opener. Like, the opening is one of the best anime openings, just the song.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's freaking rad. And then, like, literally, the moment I got to a new opening, my desire to watch the show was cut in half. Like, I think I actually stopped watching, even though the episode I stopped watching was the episode when the main character, who is insufferable, when Levi, that one character, just kicked the crap out of his head for like 15 minutes. When I saw that, I was like, okay, I kind of like this show again. So Devilman Crybaby, I don't like the animation. I'll say the animation's unique, but I don't like it. And just the show as a whole, the only thing that I thought was impressive about it was the pacing. Like, it moved so fast.
Yes, it did move fast. It was very fast.
It was very fast.
It was very... I almost want to say pushed. But...
Well, I mean, in like 13 episodes, it went from high school student in track and field to literally Armageddon.
That's about right, yeah.
Yeah.
Why is my controller not working? 4K controller.
Kalen, if Division on mobile ever comes out, yeah, I'll play it with you. But we were supposed to hear more about it, and we didn't. And Heartland got canceled, so...
I was about to say, I curse like a sailor, so actually worse than a sailor. I'm a fourth generational military brat, so like the F-bomb is my second favorite word.
Lily, as long as we understand that nothing Evan says or does should be imitatable.
I do not hold the beliefs of Chortle Games. I'm
Yeah.
an independent man.
There you go.
Why do I have 3 exotic caches in my mailbox?
What?
I saw somebody had that too. Like somebody posted about that somewhere. I can't remember where.
Yeah, I got 3 exotic caches.
We should
Okay,
maybe
we
look
should
into
check
that.
ours.
Yeah.
We should check them
Move,
too.
move. Well, let me join your game.
Drones up.
losers.
Yep, we're doing the manhunt stuff with Austin. Okay, so I'm glad you're here, Evan, because
Hi.
well, hold on. What was the other anime you said that? Okay, so Demon Slayer.
It's garbage.
I will say
It's
this.
garbage.
I will say
It's
this. Hold on. I think Demon Slayer has really good moments. Like some really good moments. Like the end of the train arc with the Fire Hashira fighting that one demon. That was a really good moment.
Uh-huh. You
But-
want to know why it's good?
Why?
Because it looks pretty.
No. I'm not even talking about the animation. I'm talking about the way they handled the story, because it did a really good job of, you had this really likable character who was a great warrior who lost because the demons don't fight fair. And it was a really tragic moment. And the way Tanjiro handled that moment, where he literally threw his sword out of rage and was like, this is bullshit. You guys, the only reason you win is because you cheat. Like, it was a really good character moment. And that's probably been my favorite part of the entire show so far, because it was really tragic, it was really earned, and the fight was very quick. And here's the thing about Demon Slayer that I really started to feel, even though it had been doing it all throughout, but I really started to feel it in, season 3, the Sound Hashira arc. It has a really bad case of anime power creep, where anime characters reach their limit about 6 different times in one fight.
It is worse than Dragon Ball, dude.
It is. But like, that's what I really liked about the moment with the Fire Hashira, is because the fight was like 5 minutes. It was very intense, and it was just over. And I was like, man, if all of the fights in Demon Slayer were like this, then it'd be good, like really good.
Is Ro Lily? Is that?
Yeah, Lily.
Yeah,
that
okay.
Ro is Courtney,
It is.
and it's Lily is Courtney's daughter.
Okay, yeah. It's okay, Courtney. I am a firm believer that Demon Slayer is only good because it's pretty.
I think
Nice.
Demon Slayer's only good to a lot of people because it's pretty, but I do think there are moments in Demon Slayer where it's like, okay, this concept is really working. But
I don't watch an anime for moments.
exactly.
Oh, if you've noticed, Steven,
Yeah.
there's a weird buff going over people.
What?
I'm trying to make a pestilence build.
You said there's a buff going, everybody?
Yeah, I'm making a pestilence build.
That's
See?
a debuff.
Beep, beep, beep. That's what I meant.
Okay. Well,
I know the words I said weren't
I
bad.
can't see pestilence. I don't,
Oh,
I don't,
really? You guys can't see
no,
it?
we can't see it. I'm definitely
that's so
I'm seeing the
dumb.
repeated ticks, but I'm not seeing a debuff.
That's so dumb. What?
But oh, hey Monty. Monty's here. So we were just talking, Monty. We were just talking. We're going to transition over into the topic of the stream, so
Are
that
we?
are.
Okay.
So the people who watch this after it's been live don't get mad at me. Because I did a stream called The Illuminate Are Already Here, and I can prove it, and it was about Helldivers 2. And
Yeah.
the point of that stream was that I was going to talk about my theory of how the Illuminate have been here. And we did, but I don't think I talked about it soon enough. So that stream has 1,400 views.
Jeez Louise.
And the comments are like,
14,000.
I'm not watching this stream, just tell me what...
Pretty sure it's 14,000.
There's no way it's
Jeez
14,000.
Louise.
Like, holy crap, if it's 14,000. But anyway,
You need to just be the
the Illuminate.
completely weird Alex Jones of gaming.
I kind of am that with Helldivers. I'll wear that badge. Because
You're not weird about it.
That's true. I can be weirder.
I don't
The Illuminate are putting black glue in our water to make the freaking frogs gay.
Come on.
How's that?
Why can't?
That's pretty good.
Thanks,
That's
man.
I'm proud of you.
But anyway,
Pretty good.
the topic of the show, if you will, that we, I feel like we should talk about now, which we will talk about other stuff later. But the title,
We're hard transitioning now. Okay.
we're just hard transitioning just for the sake
Alright.
of my reputation post live stream.
Okay, sure.
But put a pin in the anime conversation because I didn't want to come back to that. We are talking about seasonal characters.
Oh,
Because I feel like you and I talked about it a little bit. I've talked about it a little bit with Austin, but we haven't had like a thorough conversation about how we feel about it. And I think this is a good opportunity to do so.
okay.
I got Macedo.
It's dumb and bad. That is. Is that?
Hold
We
on.
talk about anime again now.
No, I don't disagree with you. So basically, for everyone watching, I'll give a summary of what we're talking about. And people in the chat, if I miss a question that you tried to ask me or something, please ask again because playing this game and reading chat is not the easiest thing. So
Nah,
just
you can shoot and
so
read.
I could if I wasn't shooting and reading and talking about a topic at the same time. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Just ask me again if I missed something. But anyway, so basically what's happening is that next season on the Division 2, after this one, and this one just started, so 4 months from now, probably October, the new model of seasonal content is that all of it will have to be experienced through a seasonal character. Okay, Lily, we'll still be here. But what that means is this is a model that comes from Diablo 3 originally, I believe, is the one that kind of started that model. So that means if you want to experience seasonal content, meaning new loot, the story, the manhunt, the season progression, so like the cosmetics, all the stuff in the season pass, you have to create a new character that is disconnected from all of the assets that your main character has. So that means no recalibration table, no stash, no nothing. You're basically starting fresh every 4 months. And then at some point, whether it's when you complete the grind, I don't know yet, or when the season completes, that seasonal character is joined with your main roster. So all of the stuff that you got is now your main character can access it, and your new character can access all the stuff that your main character had.
It's when the season completes. That's already been confirmed.
Okay, so you literally have to wait 4 months, right? Okay, so what that means is, like in the current season, when the season started on Tuesday, all the new gear, which is a new gear set, a new brand set, 2 new exotics, all that stuff, that immediately went into the loot pool for everybody. With this new model, that means, as far as we know, because they've said seasonal content will be exclusive to seasonal characters until the end of the season. That means that all of that new loot, all of that new gear is inaccessible to main characters, as in the characters we've been building up for years, for 4 months. So let's say they come out with a new set that is a healing set or a hive set, something I've wanted for a really long time. I have to wait 4 months to use that on this character. And this is the character that I've been building up and, making builds for, built up the recal table for. I have to wait 4 more months to use any of that. So, opinion time. I hate that because I already don't... Austin, lead us to the next spot, by the way. Oh,
Yeah,
are we doing district?
Steven, go to your stash. I also had 3 exotic caches.
Interesting. All right, let's go to stash. So yeah, I dislike that because, one, I'm not a fan of seasonal characters just in general. I don't like the idea, even in Diablo, where you have different classes and stuff to keep it somewhat fresh every season. I'm not a fan of that because just generally, I don't enjoy the idea of starting over every single season and just redoing the grind that I already did 3 months prior, 4 months prior, however much. I have got to do some inventory management, so give me some time and then we can move on.
Yep.
So I'll finish what I'm saying here and then I'll toss it to you guys so that I can take a break from talking.
Man, fuck. I got a really good Sawyer's roll. Like, it's max everything.
Okay.
It's explosive resistance and health.
That sucks.
So
Oh wait, it's not a max roll, because wanna know how much armor I have?
How much?
170,000. Not without the 1. It's stupid 1
That's
again.
so stupid.
It's the stupid 1.
But anyway, I'm not a fan of seasonal characters. I don't like the idea of starting over. I think that's tedious, and it feels like the most recycled form of content. Basically, we've been waiting for a couple years to hear what Seasons 2.0 would be, because we knew when they revived development of the game.
dude, are they attacking again? Fucking.
I got Nemesis, Tardigrade, and Sawyer's. Don't want any of that. But when we knew Seasons 2.0 was coming, and this game has had, for a long time, the reputation of seasons are just recycled content. Rightfully so, because we're doing the same bounties, same missions, same control points, all that, all over again. And so the thought was, okay, with Seasons 2.0, they're going to release new content, mix it up a lot more, whatever. And the way they announced it was basically like, hey, you know how we recycle a lot of content? We're going to do it again. And we're going to do it more than we have been. And I will say this. I'm not saying outright it'll be bad. I don't think I'll like it because I don't like the model. But it's possible. Not likely because of their track record. But it's possible that they could find ways to make this an engaging system. But here's the thing. They dropped the grenade in the room and dipped. They said basically nothing. All they said was, seasonal characters, you'll have to start fresh every season. There will be ways that we expedite the process, and it'll mix up the way you play a little bit. And that was it. They literally dropped a grenade in the Division 2 community and said, deal with that. And because of that, they rightfully have gotten a fire lit under them, basically. Everyone hates it. Pretty much. So, I turn it over to you guys. What are your opinions?
They're turning the freaking frogs.
They're turning the freaking frogs.
You want to go first, Austin, or me? I don't give a shit.
You can go first.
I can go first. Fuck yeah, idiot.
Whoa!
What an idiot! You gave him a chance to go
What an
first.
idiot. What an idiot. Let me talk first? What a loser. So, my opinion. Division 2 is nowhere near as popular as Diablo is or ever will be.
Right.
Because of that, this model is not going to work in the long run.
Right. It doesn't
The
have the brand power.
Right. It doesn't have the power. The reason they do it in Diablo is because leveling in Diablo takes about 2.5 hours, roughly, to go from level 1 to level whatever.
100.
In Diablo 3, it's 70. In Diablo 4, it's 50 until you start like mid-end game stuff. In this game, it's 40, and last I did it, a level skip from 30, and then 30 to 40 took about 10 hours.
That's not true. It was
do
about
all the missions.
Like to get from starting of Warlords, it takes about 3 hours.
But that's starting Warlords from 30.
Yes. So add that to the other 30 levels. Yeah, and
probably about 10.
To play devil's advocate, but remember, I'm not a fan of this. They did say the process will be faster, but again, they shot themselves in the foot, dropped a grenade, and dipped out of the room because they didn't say what that meant. They just said it'll be faster.
I personally big fan of seasonal models, really am. I don't mind starting a character fresh and min-maxing, like trying to find the tables and the rolls and all that shit. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
As long as there's an if. As long as we have the availability to get the items back at a good pace.
Yes.
I want like a 10 times exotic drop rate or something.
Yeah, something that makes the grind a lot faster.
And like, your gear can't drop below this percentage of rolls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so for people that want to min-max, that's what I would like.
And
what are we doing at the stronghold? Oh, we gotta clear it.
Yeah, he's doing the Keener stuff. And you raise up a good point that is kind of the other part of my opinion, is that leveling up in the Division 2 originally was a lot more pleasant than it became with one endgame, because the Gear 2.0 system that came with Warlords absolutely breaks when you do it with the full leveling process in mind. Because the core system does not work with low rolls, and with like constantly switching gear. Like if you're a skill player and you just want to use like turret and all that kind of stuff, and you're doing the loot game constantly leveling up with your gear, you can't, like, that's not a fun experience because your cores are changing about every 2 minutes. And it's just, I'm curious to see if they'll change that to make it a better process, but I just don't think the Gear 2.0, and I love the Gear 2.0 core system. It's one of my favorite loot systems in looter shooters, or in looter games in general. I think it is a great idea, but it breaks when you are not, when you're in the mindset of changing out gear constantly. It does not work at all. So yeah, I do agree on that end. That Austin, you good?
I'm here.
Of course, leave it to Austin.
We're
Not just we're here for you, Austin.
I am literally here for you. I am here for nothing else.
Yeah.
Not about PM.
I'm starting. I don't fucking care anymore.
Yep. But
We're clearing the fucking level. Beep beep.
Austin, you've got the drone. I don't know what your build you're running, but
The multiple core.
okay. Don't be afraid to be aggressive. I'm gonna keep the heels on you because Evan's running skills and cover.
Oh.
Back it up to me, Evan.
I'm fucking chilling, brother.
Okay.
I ain't moving.
Well, you just looked like you were hurting a bit.
Oh yeah, definitely hurting. That's okay.
But anyway, so yeah, Austin, what are your thoughts?
I don't have anything ready, but
You don't like.
This-
I'm not expecting anything from you. Like if you like if I
No,
don't
it-
I don't feel like you have to say anything eloquent or anything. Just like I'm curious what your thoughts are, just candidly.
the thought about making a second character to do the same stuff on the same characters you can do is annoying.
Every
Sometimes
4
it
months,
can
it's a
be
new
good.
character every single season.
Yeah, that's stupid for Division to do it. There's certain games that can do that and perfectly do it.
Mhm.
So like No Man's Sky, maybe Destiny 2, probably not. But well, you can make specific things for certain.
The only reason I make another character in Destiny 2 is to have a Warlock, a Titan, and a Hunter.
Yeah, basically a
Yeah,
new.
which they've also done is that when you reach like higher light or power on one character, that power is default on the other character. So
Yeah.
the power drops you get on your highest character drop on your lowest character.
Okay,
So the power leveling is much better now.
that's a good
so it's
system.
faster.
Oh my
Oh,
god, Austin.
it is. Sorry.
You're good.
But
Yeah.
But the way they do it, it
And-
feels like they're trying to do what No Man's Sky is doing. I said that before.
Yeah.
But No Man's Sky has it down so good how they do it. It's a specific new activity, same style, but there's different achievements for certain expeditions. I'm pretty sure they're going to be adding playabilities to where you can replay old expeditions that you missed out on at some point.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, I think, is like the best example for that kind of thing because it's always set in the new area, new universe type,
Yeah.
new ship, new armor look.
And I think it works for like Division is in the exact pocket, in my opinion, that it needs to not be to be a seasonal model, because the two examples you used were Destiny and No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is about as dynamic of a game you can get, because like worlds are procedural. Like when you go to a new planet, it typically feels like, wow, I've never been to this planet before. Like it feels like there is constantly content that you've never seen before. So re-rolling doesn't feel as bad because you're still at least like, experiencing new things.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's the same galaxy as you were in with your other character, but it's so each galaxy is so big.
Yeah.
You could be on the other side of the galaxy. You could get so lucky you could be on the same planet. That's the like one in like it's an infinite possibility.
Yeah. And the other example you used was Destiny, and I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but Destiny has the advantage of, in that event, having different classes.
Yeah.
Even though it's only, like, you could have someone like me who I mained Warlock, and, well, I did have a Hunter that I played some, but with that model, they at least have me for one season, because that gives me the excuse to finally roll a Titan. So class-based games immediately have that advantage where it's like people that have their pocket and they stick to it have an excuse to branch out. That's, again, one of the reasons it works works, quote-unquote, in Diablo is because it gives me the, like, well, I want the seasonal content, but, I don't want to just do a Demon Hunter again, so I may as well make a Crusader because I haven't played a Crusader yet. What?
It's not me at all. I love playing the same shit all the fucking time. I want to say 7 Demon Hunters.
See,
But after the season's over, I delete the character. But I understand what your point is.
for people that don't love that model, and I mean, I don't mind playing the same stuff over and over again, but if it's a game like that, where it's like I'm playing the story again to level up, or I'm doing the same missions, or there's some kind of, I want something that breaks the monotony and the repetition.
Right.
And I feel like I'm not in the minority there, or at least I'm in a a significant people group of that mindset where
Yeah.
I need some kind of incentive to start over.
Mm-hmm.
And so this game, it has neither advantage. It is not dynamic. It's pretty static, aside from loot. And it is not a class-based game. It is all just make your own builds.
There's a third point I'd like to make too.
Yes, what is it?
There is late game content.
Yes.
So, like in Diablo, your late game content is a rift.
Right.
In Destiny, it's raids. But Destiny Seasons, you don't make a new fucking character, you just get the gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to do raids and stuff, right? But let's say you don't want to do the season, you're probably going to lose somewhere between 30 to 60% of your player base to do the season.
Mm-hmm.
So that means if you're playing non-seasonal, you only have anywhere between 40 to 70% of the player base to do raids. And then if you're doing a season, in this game, depending on how the gear is and all that stuff, I'm going to guess it's probably going to take 2 to 3 weeks to gear a thing, is my guess. 2 to 3 weeks, that's assuming, and you're just gearing one specific build.
Yeah.
So you get no flexibility with it. And because you can't even fucking, what is it? Queue. You can't, like,
Matchmake.
you can't matchmake the raid, so you gotta do it with 7 other people.
Yep. That's true.
It's just, there's a lot of variables.
Yeah, there's a
that
lot
have
of
to add
questions
together.
that we haven't gotten answers to. Yeah, like that's a good point. They really needed to dedicate an entire thing to this to answer a lot of questions. Because like right now, they said they're working on a detailed communication to answer a lot of questions, which is good. But the backlash they've gotten has been completely justified as far as I'm concerned. Like some people are probably overreacting a little bit, where they were like immediately like, well, I'm uninstalling the game. I'm done with this game forever. Goodbye. But the people that are just like, no, this is stupid. I don't like that. They're justified because, like I said, they dropped a grenade in the room and ran.
Real quick, I need to go downstairs and check on the dogs. So I'm out.
Yep, we'll wait here for a sec.
All right.
But yeah, so they did say, well, trying to think of where I was going. I didn't want to switch. Well, I'll go there. So they did say that there will be like gameplay changes to the leveling process, whatever. But
What does that mean?
exactly, what does that mean? And to me, what they alluded to just sounds like global events. And which would make sense because they spent a lot of time.
Like,
Go ahead.
They mentioned like certain bounties once you get certain amount of like shits.
Yeah, like the scout targets or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to like get a certain amount of things to get higher tiered shit. And,
Yeah. And like
that makes sense.
the whole thing of them being like, yeah, there's going to be gameplay changes for those seasonal characters that we can only do if we do seasonal characters. Like we can't do it for existing characters, which a lot of thoughts on that. One of which, to me, that just sounds like global events. It sounds like a significant gameplay change that'll be static for the season for those characters. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's like, if your wording sounds like global events, which would make sense because they spent a lot of their time in development the past couple years redefining global events and improving them. So it would make sense if they put a lot of that effort towards seasonal stuff.
Do you see this
Do I see what?
right next to me?
No. What do you see? Send me a picture.
I think.
But also, anyone in chat, if there's anyone here that actually plays Division and has thoughts about this, or whatever, let us know. This is an open chat section. Let's hear it.
I got a pipe and it's dancing.
You have a dancing pipe?
I have a dancing pipe. And it's just spinning. It's just spinning on its own, man.
Oh my god!
It's just. It was just spinning. Oh my.
That's funny.
All right, I had to
Yeah.
shoot it before I died laughing. It was just.
Okay, yeah. Monty says I don't play Division, but I think this is pretty ridiculous. So, back to what I was saying. This sounds like global events. If that is what it's like, where it's like, oh yeah, for this entire season, Golden Bullet is just active for those, something like that. To me, it's like, okay, why did we need to make a new character for that? You know, and I could be wrong, and it could be something that isn't akin to global events.
I think it's, if I remember the 30 seconds correctly, which could be wrong.
Yeah, it was about 30
It was
seconds.
something accustomed to, like, think of like the classified information thing. You know how no one does that shit?
Yep.
I think that's what it's gonna be.
Oh, you
it's
think
gonna
they're
be
gonna like
similar
do
to, like,
classified
Diablo.
missions in like Kenley College and stuff like that? They're gonna
Yeah.
make those relevant again?
They're gonna make them relevant, and they're like, all right, you guys have 1 hour to do this classified mission.
Yeah.
If you do this classified mission, you get points, and you get enough points, and you can get a manhunt, and you get enough manhunt rank, and you can get the cooler manhunts. I think it's gonna be some bullshit.
Evan, go ahead and drop your skills, and then go just at the door. Austin and I will be ready for it.
Skills.
So you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like the definition of recycling content that is not
Yeah.
relevant anymore.
No, I agree. No, I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But
Which that's the
I
part that
think it's gonna need a map overhaul if they're gonna do map events. I think that's what it's gonna be, is map events.
yeah. That I think that's a lot of it that just rubs me the wrong way. Is we've known, like, hey,
Nothing.
we're working on something, and like they've announced stuff that they were gonna do, like the specialization revamp. We still don't know where that is. Like, it was supposed to be several.
I didn't mention that. You're right.
Yeah, we were supposed to have that like a year ago, and they were. I don't know if they canceled it, if they put it to a future date. I have no idea, but we've known like that. Yeah, we're working on these changes, and this just to me doesn't feel like enough. It feels like a tacked on just last minute idea, and it just doesn't feel like for the people that have stuck around. We deserve better. We deserve more, is how it feels currently. But again, I'm not a fan of seasonal characters to begin with, so this was destined to piss me off.
I'm still trying to think of what other games could that do seasons like seasonal.
Diablo.
characters.
Diablo is a perfect seasonal game.
Yeah,
100%.
Diablo,
It is
Destiny
perfect.
2.
I mean, any other kind of like class-based looter game, I think has a better chance at working than this game does.
It also, I think Diablo does it better as well, because almost every season has a set for every class,
Yeah.
changes to skills for every class, new legendaries for every class.
Yep.
Whereas this game, it has to be generic because there's no classes.
Yep. And it's one set, it's one brand. And you know what? And this kind of leads me to my next point. It's all gun related.
Yeah.
Which, you know, a big problem that I have with this game's balancing is that they don't know how to balance around anything but red. Which red meaning weapon damage. So you really expect me to believe that these guys, that their brain breaks when it has anything to do with stuff that isn't gun damage, so they just make it to where any non-gun damage builds just don't work. You really expect me to believe that those guys are going to come up in like raid content, in content with hunters, stuff like that. They negate builds like that. To them, when they come up with, like, when they need to come up with a challenge to, like, for really high tier content, they just negate builds.
Yeah.
And that, which is why you see so much of, I'm going to run strikers with St. Elmo's and Coyotes. Which, by the way, I don't use Reddit, but occasionally I have it downloaded. So occasionally I'll get a notification for like a subreddit, whatever it's called, that I have visited. And I was scrolling through the Division 2 or Division Reddit, whatever. I kid you not, in one day, it's one of the things I hate about this community. In one day, I saw 3 different people ask for help with their Striker St. Elmo's Coyotes build. Which is like, what do you need help with?
Help.
I don't know. They were like, hey, here's my strikers build. I'm thinking this stuff. Can I get some help with this? It's like, you are the smoothest brain I've ever seen. Like, what do you mean need help? That's the
help
build.
He needs. I know the help he needs. You ready for this, Steven?
What?
He forgot which is right and left, so he didn't know which mouse to click in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For me, it's controller, but you know.
Yeah.
For most civilized people on a computer, they'll use keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. But anyway, as I was saying, do you really expect me to believe that the people that balance this game, that don't really know what they're doing at all regarding balance, are going to come up with fun and creative new ways to experience the leveling process? No, I don't buy it for a second. They may say like, oh yeah, fun creative ways, and you know what? Again, maybe they will deliver, maybe, but history shows me that I can't trust them to come up with anything because they suck at it.
I will say the gunplay in this game is phenomenal.
Oh, it's phenomenal. But you know, Division's always been that franchise that Massive and Red Storm, like the people that made the base game, created a freaking diamond. Like, they made something so good, and they handed it to a live team that had no idea what the hell they were doing, and that's never changed. Like, Division 2 has some of, like, has always had.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's like, its foundation though, like its general gameplay, its world design, its environmental storytelling, everything has been so good, and then the live team has no clue what they're doing, and so like it really does feel like, and we know this for a fact. Like I think Frederick Thylander was one of the head developers during the period of Warlords, like when it was coming out. As soon as Warlords came out, he was sent to another team. We know that they retool their people, and the people that had to do with, like a lot of them that had to do with direct development of the game itself, are no longer working on the game.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's normal. And sometimes in the event of a game like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you get this amazing thing happen where the live team is way better than the team that made the game.
I fucking love Breakpoint, by the way. Big fan of that game.
Breakpoint at launch was horrendous, and that live team did so much work to make it a good game. Breakpoint's legitimately a good game now.
I didn't play it until like 3 years later.
Yeah, so you got the good Breakpoint. I played it at launch, and I was like, what the hell are they doing here?
I mean, to be fair, I played this game at launch, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
I think I also played Breakpoint at launch.
Did you have gear? Did you have rarity for your guns and armor?
Yes.
Then you played it at launch. Evan, can you get me?
Maybe.
But no, bless that live team, whoever they are, because they put in the work. And for like a solid year, maybe 2 years, they really made it into a game worth playing. This game is the exact opposite of that story. The live team is actively making this game something that people don't want to play.
It is. I don't like to shit in the pot before I eat it, you know? Like, does that, I don't know.
What?
I said words. I didn't know what I said.
I think I understand what you said.
There was something
about shit in a pot. There, you didn't even say kettle.
Yeah, but isn't there like a phrase about like something about a kettle pot?
The pot calling the kettle black.
That's what it is.
I don't think that applies here. That's the pot calling the kettle black is when you're calling someone a hypocrite.
Oh yeah, no, that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't phrase a lot, so I just say stupid shit instead. Hello. He's dead.
Hello, Lily. Welcome back.
Hello. Dude, what was I talking about? Hello?
Something about shit in a pot and eating it before the
Shit in a
shit's in
pot.
there. Or something.
I think you said.
Oh yeah, no.
wouldn't-
I am normally a positive person.
Yeah.
I really am. I am normally a very happy guy.
Optimistic? Is that where you go?
Optimistic. Yes. Okay. Yes. My cups are always full.
Yeah.
I will hold my optimism for this. But
Yeah. Yeah, you have
With
more
the
reason to
little
expect
amount-
less than you do to expect
Yeah.
more.
They don't add enough content for the season for it to justify seasonal characters.
Correct. And you know
we
what?
get through?
Just maybe,
Oh, hey, I know how we get through.
maybe.
Get Boston in the room.
Yeah. Hold. Before
Yeah, I was
we,
looking-
I'm gonna walk out here for a second. Maybe a part of these seasons that we've had feeling light is that, again, maybe seasons 2.0 are going to include more content. Maybe we'll get 2 sets. Maybe we'll get 3 exotics, stuff like that, like we used to. Remember back in the day when we got Future Initiative and Foundry Bulwark in the same season?
And the same season.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And a raid.
And a raid.
Like, all of the above was in one season.
Where did that time
That team.
go?
I'm sorry that turret's in a very bad spot for you. But
It's
in a
not in the
really
way.
good spot for
It's
me.
not in the way.
Okay.
I can work with it. But yeah, like, who knows? Now, again, history would tell me, especially with this season, where the theme for the gear is shotguns and rifles, I guess.
No, it's not even. That's not even the theme. The exotic is a shotgun. The set's a rifle. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this season's gear theme feels like we had some ideas, I guess. Because it's like the gear is rifles, the weapons are shotguns, and the exotics are movement speed. What the hell does that, like,
Yeah.
And so...
It's not even like an exotic rifle.
Yeah, history would tell me that they're running out of ideas. And they've been running out of ideas for a while. Like, when we got Ninja Bike Backpack, that felt like the last inspired exotic they made.
Was Backpack before or after Memento?
It was after.
It was after? Okay.
Yeah, Memento was the first 3-core piece. So, yeah, it just... Again, I'm a realist, which means I am willing to be proven wrong, but I look at, what has happened in the past. History would tell me that they're not going to prove me wrong. This isn't going to be the moment where they suddenly are like, we've been secretly trying this whole time.
Could you imagine if they were like, guys, we listened to you. And we're gonna fix over 2,000 bugs. Oh wait, that's what they did.
Yeah, they did.
They were so proud of it.
Imagine wearing that like a badge of honor. There were 2,000 bugs in our game, and we
we
think we
fixed
found them.
In a game that's 7 years old.
6, but yes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Same difference.
The difference is 1, actually. But
It's whatever.
yeah.
But that's our opinion on seasonal. Is low. If our ceiling is low, we can only be surprised. That's the tagline. That's the tagline.
Yeah. Every time I hear that, I think, rogues. But yeah, I am ready to be proven wrong. But I've been a Ubisoft fan long enough to know that that doesn't often happen. They were the hotness for first half of the 2010s, and then when Rainbow Six Siege came out, that was the beginning of the end for them.
Love Siege. When it
And, like,
first
I'm
came
not
out,
even- I'm
I
not-
really liked it.
Well, see, that's funny because like you're the only person that would probably say that. Everyone hated it at launch.
That's true. I loved it at launch.
And see,
the
like,
only reason I hate it now is the cheaters.
yeah,
It is so cheat infested,
and
and they don't even feel bad.
and I'm not even using Siege as like a marker for quality, saying like Rainbow Six Siege was the first bad game that in history of bad games. No, Ubisoft has had like moments of goodness, and in some ways, Siege is good. It's bad for the franchise of Rainbow Six. It's damn near assassination of the Rainbow Six franchise.
I'd
But
also like to add,
yeah,
Xbox allows mouse and keyboard compatibility with Rainbow Six Siege. PlayStation does not. It is crossplay between both. So it's pretty much PC versus PlayStation.
yeah,
For
that sounds about right.
But yeah, Valorant that just came out for,
Gosh.
for both. It's banning Xbox players for using mouse and keyboard. From using it. And they have to switch to keyboard.
Kaylin, are you still here? Because I remember Austin pop up. Pop up. Thank you. I remember Kaylin asked me who won Summer Game Fest. Xbox absolutely won, but also the Xbox showcase was not near as good as a lot of people are saying it was. But they did win. But it was a really low bar because everything else kind of sucked. But this is a gap year. So
what game? What show had the it looked like a space version of Overwatch, but it had the big suck guy.
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Concord and Big Suck.
What are you guys talking about?
In the Concord reveal trailer at the State of Play, one of the characters was Baymax if he was a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
And so we called him the Big Suck.
So his character has two vacuums.
Yeah, he has a suck and a blow function. That's all he does.
Well, Steven, I'm in a bad spot.
I'm helping.
Thank you. They came from behind and I didn't feel great.
Vonti said, I'm playing Valorant on console right now. It's awful.
Yeah, that's right.
Lily, Valorant is a shooter, like a multiplayer shooter where you play with other players online and shoot at each other.
Yeah.
But the Valorant gameplay reveal at SGF opening ceremony, whatever the hell it's called, it was so funny because it was the longest presentation out of all of them. It was like 3 minutes long, so you know they paid like $750,000 straight into Jeff Keighley's pocket just to get that long of a thing. And they proudly said like all of this footage was recorded on console playing Valorant. It's like, yeah, no crap, because every single time you shot somebody, you happened to peer around the corner and they were dead center in your crosshair. Like, it was so obvious. Like, it didn't feel like actual gameplay. It felt like
It wasn't actual game.
It was, quote unquote, but it was basically like rehearsed, you know, like, okay, stand here because I'm going to round this corner. You know, that kind of vibe where it's just like, let's make console gameplay look really gratifying.
Dude, did I tell you, or did you know, this
I'm sorry,
is
Lily.
about Overwatch, not about Valorant.
Okay.
But in Overwatch, there was a... they invited people to play, like, a season of Overwatch 2 early.
Mm-hmm. People still play Overwatch
And they invited a bunch of super high-level streamers
Yeah.
and a bunch of journalists. And they put the journalists against the high-level streamers.
That's so mean.
So the journalist report was like, this game's unbalanced, blah, 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 blah. And they basically were just complaining the whole time.
I love the meme of, you know, that guy, like, playing a game so intensely that he's, like, sweating and you hear, like, heavy breathing. And I love that meme where they took that with the Cuphead gameplay from the journalist that couldn't get past the tutorial. That's what I think of whenever I think of, like, journalists.
And they're just like, game too hard, game suck. And everyone else is just like, get good.
I mean, Overwatch 2 is not good.
No, that's a topic for a very different day, man.
There's a ton of people with social anxiety getting mad at the new exotic mission in Destiny 2. I thought that.
Oh, yeah, because it's two people. Yeah.
It's dual player. It is such a fun mission, but the fact that people are getting so mad because they have crippling anxiety, they also can't use the fire team finder they've been asking for that's in the game. Like, it's ridiculous. It's so funny. I ran with Colin a few nights ago.
I'm gonna get some water real quick. I'll be right back.
Yep.
You know what's really funny though, Steven? You were talking earlier about builds.
He just left.
Oh, right. He did. He literally did just say that. Those were his words.
Yeah.
He was talking about builds and like, oh, just strikers, St. Elmo's, blah blah blah. And I'm over here using strikers, St. Elmo's, and I love it. The gun feels so good. If there was another gun with as good as base stats as it, I would use it more often.
What gun? St. Elmo's?
Yeah.
That gun
Just
pisses
feels
me
so
off.
good.
It pisses
I
me
know
off
it
so
does.
much. And like,
Well, I also think it pisses you off because you don't like to. This is not a dig at you. It kind of is, but it's not at the same time. You're not one to conform to a quote meta.
That is correct. And the problem with me is that I don't like being told what to do. I come to that conclusion. I want to come to the conclusion myself, which is why when people keep telling me, "Oh, you got to watch this. You got to watch this," my knee-jerk reaction is, "No, I'll wait till you don't care about it anymore, and then I'll watch it so I can develop my own opinion." Basically. So that's the issue that I have. That's why it seems like I don't like popular things. It's just because I don't like when I'm being told what to do, essentially. So with St. Elmo's, the reason it pisses me off is not because it's like the hotness right now, but it's because it feels like an unintended, like it feels way overtuned or undertuned.
Yes.
Yeah. And it seems like it was made for one thing and everybody loves it for something outside of its intended design. And they're probably not going to change it, even though whenever it's something that's outside of intended design that works in the favor of people that don't run red cores, they nerf that shit.
Yeah, dude.
But when it's something like, oh, St. Elmo's is 20% buff to literally everything, but people are having fun. Let them have fun. What about me? What about my fun? What about my future initiative striker drone? You killed it.
No, I think that's the reason it's so good. Is because like most I won't say all, most of the other exotics, their core stats aren't damage focused because exotics typically have very high base damage in comparison to the weapon they're comparing to.
Yeah.
St. Elmo's compares to an M4, I believe. I believe it compares to an M4, which is already a high base damage assault rifle.
Yeah.
And it is given extremely aggressive red stats.
Yes.
Like Chatterbox, for example,
You guys
gives
are way ahead of me.
stability and reload speed.
Yeah.
Amp!
And that's
Among Us is a fun and cute game. I'm listening.
When I think of an exotic gun, I think of something that does something that no other gun does, that is build defining. Like you know, and with St. Elmo's, the concept is cool because it's like, oh, it's like a CC gun.
Yeah.
So when I see everyone just vibing the gun because of absolutely nothing to do with exotic qualities, that annoys me. That like, because to me it's like something clearly did not go according to plan here, and you need to fix it. Because if you're gonna balance things to where they are doing what they're intended to do, then commit to that. Don't play favorites, because they definitely play favorites.
Yeah, guns.
Really, they play more so least favorites, and their least favorite is anyone that wants to do anything other than guns.
It's skills.
Behind.
Yep. I think this is something I would change. In high-level content, I would give stuff more health. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but hear me out.
Yeah.
I would give stuff more health if everything didn't EMP all the time.
Correct. That's the big issue is I don't mind bullet sponges. I mind when you tell me that build you made can literally do nothing.
Right. I don't mind, mechanics of like, oh, currently he can't take skill damage because these 4 fucking barrier things are alive, and I'm like, cool.
Right.
Kill the barrier things, now he can die.
Right, EMP jammers are fine, but hunters are bullshit. When they are literally like, hey, not only do I jam you, but also I hack your skills whenever I want to. That's stupid. Like, there should be something, even if it's like an exotic piece or a technician thing, where your skills cannot be hacked. Literally anything. Give me something to counter it.
It would be cool if technicians said, hey, the 10-meter buff or whatever it is also says it can't be hacked.
Yeah, I agree.
Or EMP'd or anything.
And, like, that doesn't get in the way of PvP balancing, because hunters are the only thing that do that. Well, and Nemesis, but a nemesis is a
high-level
hunter.
stuff.
Yeah.
The bosses do it too in some of the raids. They'll EMP your stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking hack specifically.
Oh.
Touch My
I
Malice
meant,
says hunters
like,
are the definition
just-
of Uno reverse. Hunters are
Correct.
hunters are a combination of an Uno reverse and a draw 8.
And they're also a wild card for their own color.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a wild card for a color you don't have.
Hey, Dakota.
The hunters will call magenta, and you still only have red, yellow, blue, and green. You'd be like, hey, what gives? And just, I don't know why the hunters
They also make you roll in that one, Dakota said.
Oh, that's true. They do make you roll. Do they roll the nat 20 though? I don't think they do.
I think they do because they literally roll a nat 20 upon existing, because when they appear, they disrupt everything for like 30 seconds, and they just kind of appear wherever they want to.
Oh my gosh!
I got you.
Speaking of appearing wherever they want to.
Stay put.
What? Oh, he says.
Yeah, I think this is back to St. Elmo's.
Dakota,
if there
we're
was
talking.
another rifle
One second,
that
Dakota.
felt
We're
as good
talking
as this-
seasonal characters. What are your thoughts on seasonal characters? Go ahead, Evan.
That's so good. If this gun didn't feel as good as it does, this gun feels like a fucking laser beam, dude. Like,
And you know what? If the exotic quality
was laser beam?
like if it was something to do with like this gun handles really well, like to counteract for the fact that it just has really good stats. Like if it was an exotic quality that had to do with doing damage. Like if it just feels like the exotic quality has nothing to do with what people are using it for.
Yes, that is correct. I do not choose this gun to go, sick, dude, I'm gonna lightning people once in a blue moon.
Exactly.
That is not why I'm doing it.
Bye, Lily.
Bye, Lily.
Bye.
Oh, okay, so Dakota doesn't even know what's going on. Yeah, next season we have to do seasonal characters to experience seasonal content, which means we have to create a new character every single season. That once that season is over,
He said it's comparable to Diablo.
he said, "Is it comparable?"
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
It's almost a direct
Yeah.
1-for-1, actually.
and so the part that pisses me off the most about this, I think, is that it has been confirmed based on what I've heard that seasonal content is restricted to seasonal characters until the season's over, which means my character that I'm currently playing right now will not get access to the next season's gear until that season's done 4 months later. So I will not get access to any new content on this character until probably February.
Recently, in Diablo 3, I think, they allowed you to import your character to it, but that's still not the same.
Yeah.
If we make a call with Dakota.
Yeah, Dakota can join. Sure.
Alright.
Yeah, we got spot for one. Just don't be a dick. I say that because Dakota PvP's in Dark Zone, so I just expect him to be a dick.
He won't. He won't.
He'll be good.
He'll be good, I
Yo,
promise.
man.
Hey.
Don't be a dick.
So, what I was gonna say was, I don't mind it in Diablo. I just don't think it'll work with something like the Division,
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
where like
how, like
where
go ahead.
where the seasonal content in the Division is like, it's game changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did say that a part of the leveling process with seasonal characters, one, it will be expedited, so it'll be faster, and there will be some things that make it different, which to me reads like global events. But we don't know what that means yet, because if you're interested, you really should go watch the Ubisoft Forward post show. Basically, they talked about Division for 5 minutes, and
Even 5 minutes.
what?
I don't think it was even 5
It
minutes.
was very brief. They gave us basically no details, and that's why this has gone over so poorly. Because they basically, what I've said is they basically dropped a grenade in the room and dipped, where they revealed this thing, provided no information, and then just let us sit with it. And everyone hates it, basically. So we just don't know. All we do know is the bad stuff, which is start a new character every single season if you want to experience seasonal content. All of the seasonal content, like the reward track and all of the gear, is restricted to those seasonal characters until the season ends.
It'll be even worse if they restrict global events.
Yeah, because like a lot of people's question is, why do I even need to start a new character?
See, and that's the reason I like the way Diablo does it, because even if you have your regular Eternal character, it can still kind of participate in the seasonal stuff.
How so? Because I haven't engaged with Diablo seasons
like,
in a while.
you can still like, okay, you can still do like the new world bosses that they add for the season.
Okay, this is Diablo 4?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't played a
So-
Diablo 4 season yet. I played basically the main campaign, and then I was
The
done.
content in Diablo 4 is available for Eternal characters. The gear
Yes.
for the season is not.
Okay,
Exactly.
interesting. Well,
It is a very cool way to do it.
Neither
I
is
think
available
Diablo
for...
has nailed it ever since Diablo 3. But
Yeah,
they did
no.
kind of kill themselves and shot themselves in the foot
About 7 times.
with the launch of Diablo 4,
Yes.
100%. And I will not argue with anybody about that. I think the game just recently got really good.
Yeah, my big problem with Diablo 4 was that the loot game was terrible. None of the gear felt consequential at all. Like it
Yeah,
all,
and now they've changed that. Like they completely
Yeah.
overhauled it.
That's what I
like,
heard.
And everything.
I'm gonna re-engage with Diablo when the expansion comes out, I think. Because we do know the class is gonna be like Spirit Walker, Spirit Born, or something like that. And it looks kind of like it makes me think of some kind of druid, like beast class, which is interesting because the druid already exists. All we've seen is a picture.
God. Oh.
But if it's something like the Guild Wars 1 Ritualist, I think that'd be really cool, where it just summons spirits to do different effects in battle. I
Funny
think that'd be
too,
cool.
they just added, like, I know this game is just not even worth talking about, to be honest, but Diablo Immortal, they just added their first
the
new
Tempest, right?
character. Yep.
It sounded cool. I didn't see any gameplay,
I know.
but the concept sounded really neat.
And I was looking at it, I was like,
Cover me, Austin.
this would be
Oh,
really
shoot.
good in Diablo 4, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it's so good.
But yeah, I played Diablo 4. I enjoyed the campaign, and then when I got to end game, it was just kind of like, this seems really repetitive. The gear, like one of the things I loved so much about Diablo 3 was how much the gear felt like it changed the way you played.
You're free to
Oh,
join
yeah.
us early, Dakota.
Yeah, we've got a spot open. You can join us if you want to.
I liked how
Oh, I'm
easy
on.
the gear was to get, man.
That too. But like in 4, it just kind of felt like nothing I was equipping was defining the way I played at all. It was just
Oh,
thing,
they
thing,
changed
big
that this
number.
season.
Good, good. I'm really
Yeah,
glad to hear that.
It,
But
they
yeah,
did change it, but I think my stigma for the launch is so bad that I'm not gonna give it another try.
yeah.
The fact that
I mean, you could
I
say the
played
same.
Source.
Like Diablo 3, it had probably a worse launch, right?
it did, but I made money from Diablo 3, so like,
So you were an auction house, bro.
oh god damn right I was. You kidding me, dude? I used Diablo 3 to pay for riot points, brother. That's what I did. I played a game to play for a different game.
Steven, I know
It
this.
was
I know this
awesome.
is a different topic, but can you tell Dakota about RuneScape?
What about RuneScape?
Your
Game's
Why,
awesome.
why would you
Your
say that
whole-
name? Why would you say that name?
Do you not like RuneScape, Steven?
No, the man I am today is because of RuneScape.
That's fair.
And when I say that, you know how I'm a person that, likes to be in charge, tell people what to do, min-max builds, all that kind of stuff. That's because of RuneScape. Because when I was 12, I think, I led a very important faction in a 6-faction war in the wilderness, trying to maintain control over certain important mine deposits.
Sure.
And a lot happened.
And a lot happened.
I cheated to
Were
win
you-
the war.
That's fair.
And also I funded the war with a catfish account named HotLips333 that I used to convince
Or
people.
hold on? Did you sell your body on the street?
No, it was pretty. It was easy. You didn't even have to like deface
know.
yourself. Like you literally could be like, "Hi, I'm a hot girl. Do you want to be my girlfriend?" Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to get me a diamond ring
Wow,
though.
dude,
Okay, here you go.
were
Okay, thanks.
Oh
Like,
my god,
yeah,
Steven.
yeah. It was. To be fair.
Wow.
To be fair.
Wow, there's no really to be fair, man.
This
That's just
this was during a time
that's fine.
when-
That's cool, dude.
when
It was a war famine. It was a war famine.
it was a war famine.
I'm aware. No,
Actually,
I'm aware of what you did.
this was all pre-war, and this wasn't my idea. It was another guy's idea, and I was like, "That sounds hilarious. Let's do it."
Yeah.
And I used those funds for a good purpose to
You
maintain the
literally-
free
you
use.
literally PvP. You're not a good person. You were a wildy man. That is the
You
equivalent
don't
of a
even
dark
know.
zone.
You don't even
I
know the
do.
half of it. No, you don't.
do.
Because I neglected to mention I was an officer in an assassin guild
Yeah.
that literally was paid to get revenge on people in the wildy.
Yeah. They still exist, by the way. Those types of things still exist.
So I tried to have righteous purpose with my killings. Like I never took contracts. Like no one ever told me straight up, "Hey, go do this killing," because I would always talk to clients and be like, "What happened?"
The fact that you call them clients is an issue.
No, it's not.
Just letting you
They
know right
paid me
now.
money for
For goods and services.
for goods and services.
Yep.
So like,
Not only did they pay you, those men that you thought, or that thought you were a woman, paid you.
yeah, but you know it's their fault for looking for an internet girlfriend. I taught them a life lesson. Don't trust the internet. Don't trust
Don't
people on the
trust
internet.
the internet.
But I would.
Hot Lips
I would-
333.
I didn't come
That
up
is
with the
just-
name either.
That is beautiful.
I was simply present for the conception. That's a horrible way to put that. For the idea creation of Hot Lips
Did you
333.
get past level 3?
Probably not. I don't think we did any kind of combat or skill investment. I think we were at base 3 the entire time. Well, no, hold on. No, I do think because this was something I did contribute. I did say, hey, we should probably level her up a little bit because then people will think that less of this being
Right. So you.
because you know it's really easy to look like a scam account if you're just a level 3 that's like, hey, be my girlfriend.
Dude, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You probably wore the blue booty shorts.
No, we took the approach of making her clothes the color of her skin so she looked naked.
That's,
Oh my god.
that's the other choice.
That's the other choice, and it
I
was a
was gonna say
choice.
that you wore the blue booty shorts with the flower thing. You had like the flower weapon.
If there's a flower,
Or skint. Yeah. Yeah, you could have like red, white, or no, sorry, you could have like roses or something in your hand. Yeah,
I don't remember that.
it's okay.
Again, I also did not make
You
Hot Lips 333.
are-
I was simply an advisor in the process of Hot Lips
You
333.
are a human being.
Look, I've done things in the past on previous MMOs, which is why I try to live by a code more so today. I don't PvP in the Dark Zone unless if it's warranted. I typically don't enjoy PvP at all in games because I've seen things and I've done things.
Were you?
Oh, you.
Were you?
Oh, people
were
would not
you-
like me.
Were you a? See, Steven, this is how bad I was.
Uh-huh.
If you remember, in order to do Desert Treasure, which you needed to unlock ancient magics, you had to go to the wilderness for like a brief part. I and 5 of my friends would camp the little road you had to take in the quest to
So
get
you,
ancients
so you were
and
just a
kill
thug.
people
You were
with
you were just a thug.
Oh, I was a fucking asshole.
You
I
were
was
just
an
you were
asshole.
literally a roadside bandit.
Yeah, except we would get like mills of gold because people are trying to complete the quest
Yeah.
and they put the shit in the bank.
No, see, what I did was I targeted bullies.
Oh, that's cute.
That's all I did.
We would also clan hop between worlds at the bone altar so we could get an inventory of bones.
Where are we going, Austin?
Dude, I was a dick.
Is it bounty now?
Like, I would PvP with such surgical precision at this time, where I would do research on the mark and have people, like, I would plan everything around, because this was back when in the wilderness, I don't know when this stopped or if it ever did stop, but the level of wilderness depth you were in determined what level differential you could PvP.
It's still a thing.
Okay.
Yep.
So I would try to stay within a specific range, and I would try to not bite off more than I could chew, but I also had contacts that were within that range as well, so that I didn't have to go too deep into the wilderness to do, because one of my tactics was being right out, like, in the entrance of the wildy, and basically pretending to be a merchant, where I'd be like chopping a tree, and then the mark would pass by, and I'd be like, I would say, like, hey, I'm selling this thing, you know? And there was one time where I even had a guy follow my mark in the Varrock, like in Varrock, and see what he was looking for. Like, see if he was, this was before Grand Exchange. This is before you could get everything, like, super easily. So, like, if I knew this guy was looking for, like, a dragon longsword, which, you know, it would never be that because that's too easy to come by.
Right.
I would use that information to, like, you know, when he's conveniently passing by where I am, I'd be like, hey, you, I found this dragon longsword, just using it as an example. Interested? And that would be the bait. And I would have just off screen, waiting for my command, a high level wizard to bind.
Yeah, to bind.
Yep. And that's when I'd go in for the kill.
Yep.
That was my main strat.
Yep.
But there was a lot of deception, because in RuneScape you can't really do a lot in terms of like gameplay tactics. You have to be psychological.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Oh, nowadays there's so many tactics.
Oh yeah.
Holy
Oh
shit.
yeah. I've played RuneScape even this year on mobile, and I've been really impressed to see how far it's come.
It's ridiculous, man.
But yeah, that was back in the days where it was just like each weapon had one special attack.
Yeah. You can chain specials together now. It's disgusting. Alright, I'm going to the fucking bounty.
But yeah, RuneScape changed me.
Changed me. Oh, it's Black Tusk, Steven, our favorite.
Oh, good.
Oh man.
But you know how, like, well, I'm just gonna use this as an example. Like boys around my age, like around that age, like when you hit 12, 13, whatever, will, you know, get into like popular things or sports or, you know, at the time, like, I lived in an area where it was like there were a lot of preppy kids, so the guys started to care about, you know, how they looked and, like, you know, getting girls and whatever. I was the kid, and I'm not saying this is like an archetype. This was just, while some kids were like following trends, I was literally reading The Art of War by Sun Tzu on a Saturday morning, like trying to figure out how I can apply that to my RuneScape war.
Dude, that's fucking wild.
Which I do love that book. That's a fascinating book to this day.
It is. No, it's a good book.
But yeah, I literally,
very good
like,
piece
I the first time I read that book was around that time, because military strategy fascinated me, and like RuneScape and like the psychology that goes into that, weirdly enough, was the beginning of that for me. Which, of course, you know, there were RTSs before that. Like, I was really into RTSs for a time, but like in terms of just full-on military strategy and the psychology of war, that was the moment for me. And it's like, it's almost embarrassing for me to even say that, where it's like, yeah, military strategy, RuneScape really was the moment.
Hey man, if it works, it works.
Yeah. And it had nothing to do with RuneScape.
God.
Like it was just the RuneScape. The game was just the stage where this stuff happened, and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Right.
So yeah, seasonal
You know what?
characters. You go ahead.
All I'm gonna say,
See, I was gonna say anime.
Oh yeah, we need to come back to that.
all a game needs to hook me in technically is good fashion. If I
Then
can
why
make
the
my
fuck do you like
character,
Division?
I mean, there's some fashion in Division. Says the one wearing bunny ears and a
the only
trench
thing
coat.
Okay, wait. This is the only thing I run in Division. I run anything with the Division watches, and I call it a day.
So you run Memento, because that's all the Division
Yep.
watches.
And so the Stinger,
The
chest,
Stinger vest.
Stinger vest that you can get from the store, trail store, as well.
Do you just have like 3 watches?
Oh, I have like 12 watches on me.
That's so stupid.
We need to get.
I think it's funny, though.
Do you like the hunter axe, Dakota? You get it from
Mm.
killing all the Washington hunters.
I mean, you also have like 3 of those strapped to your back on Memento.
That's true. You have a 4th one as a little backpack.
See, I'm not allowed to equip any other backpack trinket because of all the effort that everybody went through to get me all the shields in Division 1. If I remove this, thank you. If I remove this American flag, suddenly all of that work, even though I've had it on my backpack for 6 years, all of that work is nothing.
Division 1 was so fun until the last month and a half of Steven going, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck
It was
me,
all
fuck
work.
me.
It was
so much. It was an 8 hours a day. I didn't have a job at the time. It was just.
But
It
you
was
know
me
what?
waking up and going, Steven, what do you need? He's like, we gotta beat this mission 38 times. I'm like, God fucking damn.
Gotta run the Amherst gauntlet again.
No. And there was one where it's like, you gotta beat the horde mode with just a pistol. And I'm like, oh, fuck
We
it,
didn't
God,
have
dude.
to do that.
It was something ridiculous like
There
that.
was
the horde
some.
mode.
Yeah, there was something ridiculous.
Dakota was also telling me one time that in the last when
Where
they
the
put it
fuck
into
are
like their
they?
maintenance mode, you
Okay.
could put all exotics.
Huh?
Like
What?
you could put like exotic to every slot. In
Oh,
maintenance
that was
mode.
always the way.
Oh,
In Division 1, there was never a limit with exotics.
Correct. You could have an exotic in every slot.
Yeah, their
Now,
intended
was
purpose
it
with
good?
exotics was a very exotics in Division 1 were meant to fill a very specific purpose, not so much be best in slot items. Which is why they were like that.
Except the house. The house was
Yeah,
just
except for weapons. Exotic weapons
the-
were generally the strongest.
Stupid dumb.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I still want
Midas
Caduceo to come
before
back.
nerf.
I would love to do so.
That was my gun.
what were you saying, Dakota?
Midas before nerf.
You're one of those. Was it really a
Bro.
nerf? It felt like an entire reworking because Midas eventually just made it to where
Oh,
it was a damage reduction gun, right?
I think so.
Because that's what Andrew, my brother, who loved the D3 FNC set. Hey, Aaron. I think he ran D3 FNC with Midas and just ran like a tank build.
He did. Yeah, because I ran defense with house and I
Yeah.
made it just I could be there forever and not die.
Yeah.
You had a house in your hands.
Dude. The house was if I could have Division 2 for a day, that's all I would do. Is convince the devs to give me the house again. Fuck this stupid, the apartment's the house. No, it's not. Shut up.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. Give me the house. And I will never use another gun again.
I want Caduceo back. In some Dr. Holmes kind of Caduceo in spirit, but I want it back.
But it's not.
It's not the same.
It's
What was
not the same.
Caduceo?
Caduceo was on crit. You healed the entire team for a percentage of your skill power. So I ran my main build was Reclaimer classified 6-piece. So I had the support station, and every single Reclaimer, what it did was it made it to where the support station, which was the precursor to the Hive. You know what the Black Tusk have? The support station they drop down that heals everybody every second.
Yeah.
We had that in Div 1.
Oh damn.
And so
It was
Reclaimer,
good, and it was good.
it was real good. Reclaimer, Reclaimer basically made it to where, imagine the Hive, how you've got the Arty Hive, the Booster Hive, and the Restore Hive. imagine if there was a set that made it to where the
Oh
hive.
my god, Austin, did you just see that?
What happened?
I just got a triple kill.
God damn.
The Reclaimer made it to where, like, imagine if the hive did like all of the support functions all at once.
Oh, that is...
So Reclaimer made it to where you did not use ammo on reload when you were within the station. You healed every second. You were immune to status effect. And if you went down, you immediately started to auto-revive. No limit.
It was disgusting.
And so...
In that one fucking raid that we did, it was so helpful.
The
Bro, I
fire
would
fire
love
truck
to
tank.
do a raid.
The fucking fire truck, dude.
Look,
Fuck that truck, by the way.
Dakota, if you've got a group that raids, or like people that are interested, we will join you, because I need to get Ravenous from Iron Horse. But I don't have a group.
Like
a
brother, man, I'm just like a big. Well, if I told you my clears on Destiny raids, you'd probably understand.
all you had to
He
say
loves
was
raid.
Destiny, and I would understand, because that's all you people do on Destiny to convince yourselves that it's a
We
game worth
play
playing. Is
more.
play raid.
Hey, man, I play a lot of PvP. Okay.
Of course you do.
I like Crucible.
I'm good, Aaron. How are you?
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, Reclaimer.
wow.
So what I did in Division 1 was I ran Reclaimer Classified, which in Division 1 you had gear sets, and then you had classified gear sets, which gear sets were 4-piece bonus, and then classified added a 5- and 6-piece bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically put all of your eggs in one basket running a classified set.
Yep.
And so I ran Classified Reclaimer with Caduceo, and I was able to do... I had high crit chance on Caduceo, so I was running heals from Reclaimer, basically setting up a full-on support zone. And then basically that was the inception of the Harm Assist. High skill power, support field with a turret for offense. That is where that was birthed. So what I have now in this game with Capacitor, Restorer, Hive, and Turret, that started with Reclaimer. That was the first version. And I miss it every day. I miss my Reclaimer build. It was so good.
Reclaimer was fun. It was. I'm gonna be real with you, Steven. That's probably why they put healing and fucking put that shit into the ground in this game.
Probably.
Because Reclaimer was bananas.
But guess what? It was not near as frequently run as something like Strikers, which they have yet to do anything to, because if they did, they know that all of their smooth brain people would cry.
Yeah, I'd cry.
I'd cry.
I know both of you would. And you know what?
I like Strikers, but I have other builds that aren't Strikers.
Right, which is why I'm not like... You're not a smooth brain, but...
Oh, no, I'm big brain, but like too big brain.
But
Me,
there's...
on the other case, I think I'm a little bit of a smooth brain when it comes to that game.
I was telling
bad.
everybody earlier, Dakota, we're running to you, but like I just hate how, and it's the fault of the live team for this game because of the way they balance it. They don't create any room for creativity. They just very clearly push everything towards, hey, red core or bust. But so because of that, like, it's frustrating for me. I saw on Reddit in one day, like scrolling for about 3 minutes on the Division subreddit, 3 different people ask for help with their St. Elmo's Coyotes Strikers build. 3 different people ask for help with a build that they literally just laid out.
I just threw that shit together.
Well, it's just one
stuff that's on the armor.
It's like, one, they ask for help. 2, they very clearly just ran it because that's what everybody says to run. And like that's what bothers me so much, is like there's the community at large feels like they aren't trying to be creative. They're just trying to red core the shit out of everything. And that's frustrating because this game's gear system is so good. And the more we stay in that pocket
they're just trying to red core the shit out of everything. I think what's happened is people have defined a meta and people are afraid to deviate.
Yes.
That's what it always is, at least in my opinion.
Oh, and a lot of that too is because
Yo, it sounds like a game I play.
the balance, like the
That'd
issue
be
with this
Destiny?
game's
That's wild,
balance
dude.
is that they don't adjust the meta. They just fully embrace it. They're like, oh, people have broken the game this way with red cores. Cool. Wait, what? People are burst healing with future initiative? Fuck that. Let's put a pin in that. They can't have fun.
Oh my god, it sounds so much like Destiny, Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, Titans
Yeah.
are one-shotting bosses? Oh. Warlocks can spam nades? Nerf that shit right now. Right now.
Which,
And it was designed to be as intended.
Hold on. Aren't warlocks also with the new? I saw a clip already. Warlocks are also spamming nades and turrets again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
they will not be
doing it
silenced.
I said this-
over
I said this
but
to
arguably
Austin.
Stronger.
I said this to Austin. The super, I think, like, the new Warlock super is the reason they nerfed Starfire as bad as they
yeah.
did. Is because they wanted, you know, the new super to shine. Because it's the nade spam thing now.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm a firm believer of like Destiny. Well, Destiny 2 specifically is responsible for the Division 2 not completely, but
I
for the
jumped out
large,
the window. I need help.
in a large part, losing its way, because the Division 2, I'm very convinced, somewhere deep in development, they were told, make it like Destiny, because Destiny is really successful, and this game, from its beginning, Division was designed to emulate Diablo, not Destiny.
Remember when Destiny 2 was super fucking good on launch, and then sucked until Forsaken?
That's the Destiny way.
Oh my god. Like, the first expansion was just complete fucking booty. I already forgot what it
Haha,
was.
Curse of Osiris! Let's
That's
go!
the
The game
Osiris.
almost died. It was 2 weeks off of fucking dying.
Dude, it was bad.
Yep.
And then the next expansion came out and it, like, barely fixed it. It was just... Destiny was bleeding in a corner for like a year, dude.
Forsaken with Destiny 2 though, those were the days.
Yeah, Forsaken was the day, man.
This,
And then
I will
Shadow
say-
came out.
I will say, like,
I've heard
and this
this
is coming
expansion
from
is
someone
very
who's
good.
this is coming from someone who's played the past, like, 6 expansions in a row. Like, from Forsaken and on. But this is honestly better than Taken King or Forsaken.
I wasn't a fan of Taken King. I liked Forsaken. I'm upset at the story. I already know the story, even though I don't play it. I already know it and I'm upset at it, so that's whatever.
I think it was a good way to end it off. Even though it's not like the ending.
Yeah, it's not an ending.
It's
Like,
it's just the ending of a saga.
Right.
But Tommy made it
So it's
sound
not
like
meant-
it was just the end of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not the end of the whole game as a series. We still have bigger, badder enemies to take
Yeah.
out, you know? There's
Well,
always that with an MMO.
Yeah,
You always think you take out the big bad, but you didn't actually.
I mean,
I can't remember
do you really think though, Dakota, since you know you've been there since the beginning, do you really think Destiny 2 is going to get another expansion, or is it going to go? Because I am in
right
the
now-
thinking. Good.
They're probably doing a whole rework of the game with this next big update they've announced.
So you d-
Frontiers.
So you don't think they're going to roll into Destiny?
I don't
3?
think they're doing another expansion per se, but it's probably going to be like a big rework of the game.
Yeah. See, I'm in the thinking that the whole like any subclass thing that they did with this one, that very much felt like this is our last big content drop for this game. Because like using
Yeah.
Division as an example, when they thought they had no more content to make, they did optimization and expertise. Because that was kind of like their way of saying like, okay, we've just kind of opened the door for you to do whatever. So have fun with it. Like that's kind of like Destiny 2 feels like in a spot right now where it's like, okay, we've given you everything we can give you. Now we're going to work on the next thing.
Yeah, and they've already basically confirmed that
Okay.
Destiny 3 is in the make.
Yeah.
So, that's something to look forward to. And the whole fact of like the other thing that we know is for Destiny 3 is classes will no longer be a thing technically.
I don't know how I
Like
feel about
every character will be able to use every super.
Yeah.
that. I don't know if I like that.
Because in the lore, that is the way it is. Like,
It's
the
interesting.
reason hunters know how to use the blink ability is because of warlocks teaching them.
And I believe there was a Titan who it was Shin Malphite.
Yes, in
Golden Gun, right?
in the lore, there is a Titan, or well, okay, so for the longest time, this is the cool thing about this. For the longest time, in the lore about Thorn, we always thought it was a hunter who wielded it because the dude casted Golden Gun, right? To like take out most of his enemies. Yeah, no, it was a Titan.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was a Titan who used Golden Gun. His main title that people have given him is, if I remember correctly, the Titan who wielded Golden Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, what a fucking.
Well, that's creative.
What a,
Wow.
Dude, Jesus.
I know, right?
I thought you were gonna say
I
something
know.
cool like the Slayer or something like that. We're just like they call him the Titan
They
that
call
wielded
him
Golden
the
Gun.
Thorner. I was expecting like Thorner or Thornicus or something
he
like that.
he did have like a better
Yeah,
thingy.
like you're the title that you just told me was just a description. Like,
Yeah, but that was like no one knew his name. That's
Yeah.
what they call him.
yeah,
Sure. They couldn't have given him
But,
just like Gandalf the Grey levels. Like, come on, dude.
like or the Golden
His
Titan.
actual name
Yeah.
is
Shin
Dredgen
Malphite.
Yor.
Oh, Dredgen.
Okay.
They couldn't call him Judge Dredd. Come on now. He's got a big.
They could have called him
fucking-
Hotshot.
Oh, they could have done that too.
That would have been.
Well,
good.
they fucking.
That would have been a
but
really
instead-
deep cut.
Instead, they went with the He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yeah.
Fucking different. Like, okay.
They call him the guy that used Golden Gun that one time, even though he shouldn't have been able to.
He keeps like opening reports of him, and he keeps getting longer. He's like, why? My name is Drax, or whatever it was.
My name is Drax.
My name's not the Titan who wielded the Golden Gun the one time on this one planet because fuck me. Like, that's.
The Titan that used Golden Gun that one time, which is really weird because the Golden Gun is something that only hunters are able to use, but he's a Titan, and Titans are not hunters. Like, it
the
just.
only reason they knew that I was a Titan.
Also,
hunters is my
Titans
armor.
wear marks and not cloaks.
What is a Titan, you ask? I'm so glad you asked. A Titan is a class of Guardian.
How come they haven't called me the one who cast Nova Bomb? Because I did that too.
Hey,
Just
man.
does it all. Look, if they bring back Destiny 1 reses, that's all I care about.
Destiny
What
Reses.
do you mean?
Oh my god, dude. Do you remember in the Vault of Glass, Steven? When we used to run that shit?
We never ran Vogue. We never played Destiny 1 together.
Really?
Yeah, we only
Oh.
played 2.
Okay.
And I'd rarely raided. I vogged a few times, but
Oh, dude, I love Vogue. I have like 80 plus. hours of
Vogue is like the one raid of like MMO lights that I've played that I've
Oh,
actually
man.
got a good experience from.
I love Vogue. Vogue is so fun. I played it in.
How
Destiny
many
2 as well.
King's Fall clears do I have now?
Oh my god, I think it's like over 30.
No, I think it's in the 50s.
Oh, shit. Oh no, that would make more sense. You have all the guns crafted, right?
I have
Guns
all the
craftable
guns
at least?
crafted.
Yeah, Touch of Malice. Well, yeah, you have Touch of.
I've gotten it 4 times in a row.
You also have the catalysts, the pain that was.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much have everything there. You just need to do like the master and stuff, right?
I've already done a master.
Never mind then. Yeah, yeah. Do you have the seal, Kingslayer?
No, I have not done the seal yet. Woo! He Nova bombed me.
What was I talking about before? I completely lost track of what the fuck I was talking about.
Anyway,
Destiny 1 res.
Destiny 1 Reses. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, yeah. And so when we were doing Vogue, me and my raid,
Nice golden gun.
we had 2 of each because that was the hip thing to do back then. I know nowadays that's not the hip thing to do, but that's what we did.
Austin, where are we going?
Well, the thing's done.
Holy, I'm dying over
okay.
here.
And I remember I saved the whole group because the timer was going down and it said like 3, 2, 1, and I self-rezzed, and then I rezzed the Titan, put a bubble down, so then the other Warlock could self-res, and it was the coolest shit. Oh my god, it felt so cool.
The self-res, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the fire, the solar
Yeah.
Warlock, where you could self-res yourself, dude, it was...
They're never adding that back.
No, I know they're not, but like, god, it was so fun.
That broke so many raid encounters and wiped
dude,
mechanics.
It was great. It was so good. What are you talking about? Oh, this is just if we fail, we wipe. All right, whatever.
I mean, to be fair, wipe
Oh, we
mechanics are
wipe?
bullshit anyway.
I don't know the word wipe.
Dude, it's so good.
I mean, wipe
and then you would
wipe
have-
mechanics are stupid anyway. So
Well,
anything-
Yeah,
you
wipe
would
mechanics are
have the-
stupid.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Oh my god, I'm tearing cheeks this lobby,
That's the-
dude.
That's the other thing I was going to talk about.
what?
So you guys, we were talking about MMOs
Mm-hmm.
and about resetting them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go on a rant about Final Fantasy? Is that
Oh.
allowed?
So I have to
Which-
ask because
the
you Final Fantasy people
14?
are ridiculous. And you know, Final Fantasy 14 is a game that I've been wanting to try, but
It's fun.
How long is this rant going to be?
Couple minutes?
Are you sure?
Not too long. Yeah, not too long.
Okay, go.
Not too long. So, the new expansion's coming out, and this is back to like, there's always going to be
I
a
got the
bigger
Final
and
Warning
badder, and
cutters.
bigger and badder, and bigger and badder sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Final Fantasy, in the most
I'll
recent
be right back.
expansion, Endwalker, we fought the biggest of baddest.
Yeah.
For the 4th time, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's
yep.
the 4th time.
That sounds about right.
And then, you know, the post-game content or whatever. But then, like, at the end of the post-game, it was like, all right, we're going to go to a new place and start over. And I'm so excited. For a new beginning, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the trailer for it, and it looked pretty dope.
Oh, yeah, super dope. Steven, there's a new class you might like.
Yeah, the dual wielder.
It's called Viper. They dual-wield swords, and they can put them together like a twin blade from Dark Souls 2.
That sounds cool.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
why you
cool.
think I would really like that, but I know that 14 has a few jobs that I would probably love, like Bard. I love their adaptation of the Bard.
Dude, it's good. It's good. Actually, it's really bad,
Yeah.
but it's good.
Here's.
Here's what I will say about Final Fantasy 14. Here's what I will say. I have over 6,000 hours in it.
Good God.
Jesus Christ. Okay. You're like
I
me
have
with
been-
Destiny. Okay.
I am a super high-end content. I've done ultimates for it. I've done savages.
You're
I've
what I
done
want to be.
Right. I've done super high-end content for the game, right? Every class can do everything in any combination anywhere. And that's how the game is designed.
Okay, I like that.
In late game content, your comp has to be sort of kind of specific. 2 tanks, 2 healers, 4 DPS. Ideally,
much,
2
yeah.
melees, 1 range, 1 caster.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Because for buff reasons, you have to have that.
Yeah, that's typical raid comp, I'd say, yeah.
Right. Your caster can be any caster. Your range can be any range. Your melees can be any melees, as long as they aren't duplicate.
Okay.
Same for healers, same for tanks. And you can clear any content.
Okay.
Legitimately, in ultimate raids, the way that they work is they set your level to whatever it is. Automatically set it.
Yeah.
So like if I'm doing an ultimate for something that was set in the level 70 expansion, my character is set to level 70.
Since we don't know when Austin's gonna come back,
How Destiny works now.
I'm gonna leave this group and join my group because I'm gonna run Zoo because I need a piece of the new brand.
Okay.
And it's targeted. So yeah.
Leave. But there was a recent
join me.
group. There was a recent group that cleared end game content. End game content with 7 tanks.
Oh my God.
No healer. They cleared it with 7 tanks.
So they were even a man down.
Yeah.
Dang.
So like, if you know and understand the game, you can do whatever the fuck you. But whatever.
So the thing that bothered me about 14 that kind of maybe decide that I didn't want to try it
Sure.
was that it seemed, and again, I could be wrong. This was just the vibe I got when I was looking up like how the different classes worked. Everything seemed very loop focused to where like you need to do this or you're playing your class wrong.
So that's with a lot of MMOs. Rotation.
Rotation, that's the
That's
word.
what they
Yep.
call it.
Yep.
It's not necessarily you're
Yep.
doing it wrong. It's that you could do it better.
Yeah.
In really high-end content, being the Savages and Ultimates, it will be a problem.
Yeah.
If you don't like rotations, do not play a Black Mage.
Don't play any class if you don't like rotations. Bards don't necessarily have a rotation. The way the
I've seen
bards
some
work is-
crazy
Oh,
fucking
dude,
Black
it's-
Mage rotations. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, they're fixing Gunbreaker in Endwalker, so that's nice. I play Ninja.
Of course you do.
Ninja has the fastest off global cooldown.
Yeah.
So basically, my rotations rotate the fastest,
Yeah.
and it fucking sucks. If I hit a button, I'm fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But the way the
Yeah, I
game
play Black
works, Black Mage is fun.
Charger left. Yep.
I like the animations, that's why. I'm not even gonna lie.
They're pretty.
They're
It
really
gets
pretty.
Fire and lightning and a whole
And,
bunch
like,
of shit. Like,
I like how the buffing after hitting a certain amount.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a really
Absolutely.
cool class.
I will say Bard. Ironically enough, Steven, Bard is the most forgiving for fucking up your rotation,
Oh.
as long as it's not your songs.
Yeah.
The way the class basically works is once you hit level 52, I think, which is a weird level. But once you hit level 52, you'll have access to all 3 of your songs. And you rotate between songs, and songs give you and your team a different buff.
Yeah. I like that.
One song is a burst song.
Yo, I'd
One
be down
song-
to play it with y'all
Yeah,
whenever I get working.
I have to re-download it anyways. I
I
took
mean,
a
I've never
currently
even
3-month break.
played it, so.
Oh, don't worry, Steven. If you want to play, I will. You like
I've
story,
only got
don't you?
I like what?
You like story, don't
Yeah, of course.
you? I
The
was
story
half
is
hoping
really
for a
good.
No. I was half hoping for a no.
What's going on? What
Is
were we
there
talking
just a
about now?
lot of story?
Oh, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Brother.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
story.
Final Fantasy.
I'm 100 hours in and I'm not even done.
You're 100 hours in. That is so cute.
Yeah. I know, I'm a little newbie.
You are. If I had to guess, you're probably around 70.
Yep.
God damn, I know my game, son.
You got 6,000 hours in it. I should hope you know everything about it.
You know the last time I've done the story, Steven? Fucking
Bro,
a
is
while
actually
ago, big
me.
dog.
With Destiny. I have
Like,
almost
I
5,000
could tell
hours
you-
in Destiny.
I could tell you every class, what they do, how they're supposed to do it, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. And I can tell you how to have a fun time. Because you don't need to do endgame content to have a fun time.
Yeah.
The only reason you do it is for a challenge and if you want best in slot. That's it.
What are we doing here this for?
Steven needs breaking
I need,
points.
yeah. No, well, no, not Breakpoint. This is Brand. So I need, it's funny. I need Zoo, and we're at the
Zoopaloopa?
zoo.
What are you looking for?
Chest piece with, I'm going to have to roll a blue core on it.
Okay. So you need the other stats to be...
I need everything else to be perfect, yeah. Potentially.
you
I'm
need
looking
Zoo
for... I'm looking for maybe focus, maybe efficient, crit chance. This is for my no tech heals rifle build.
Okay.
So
So you want blue because blue.
I'm gonna have to roll the blue core on it just to keep my cores where I want them, because blue scales up the Dr. Home heal.
Right.
So, oh, I hear heavy. Yep, over there. So I don't know. Like, just let me know what chess pieces you find and what talent they have specifically, because the talent is gonna need to be like, that's gonna be the big part.
Right. Sense.
Oh wow.
But if you want, Steven,
I-
if you want a Bard, Bard was my first true main.
Oh, nice.
They were my baby.
Well,
And Bards, once you hit level 30, can actually Bard.
See, I love archer classes and I love bards. So it's like,
Yep.
oh, they combine the two things that I really like.
Yep. It's very fun. Very fun.
I
very
like-
good.
I like had just unlocked Dark Knight before my subscription ran out, and I was really enjoying playing
yes.
that.
Yes, the true weeb class. It's
Yeah,
more
man.
Weeb. It's more weeb than ninja somehow.
Stay down, stay down. Shoot, stay down.
I'm Steven, I can only stay down, brother.
I
Alright, there you
wanted, I really wanted to try Samurai though. Samurai seems fun.
So, I have a friend who is ranked the top 10 samurais in the world.
Jeez.
Hell yeah.
And I think he's currently ranked 2 in ultimate content, I believe. That might have changed since I've last talked about it. Remember Jinx, Steven?
Yeah.
That's a good samurai.
Oh, wow.
They're very good at the game. But they took an ability away from me in Endwalker, and I fucking have rioted the class ever since.
Mm.
So. But it is fun. I just don't play it. I like to.
Oh, no way. No way I just lost that 1v1. I'm dog water,
Squid.
dude.
Squid.
The only excuse.
Squid. Oh, watch out. Is it here?
Yo, what the hell was that?
What?
Something else just swam off on the right. It was not a squid.
Crocodile. It's that crocodile we find like 50 feet from now.
Now, I'm pretty sure that crocodile is a statue that they just try to make you think is not a statue. Like, the asset is a statue.
Oh,
Truth, that
that's
is.
probably.
Thing still.
Yeah, start this shit.
Oh,
Yeah, that Dakota.
Maga, leave me alone.
And the bestest part of Final Fantasy, you can be every class on one character.
I know. It's so nice.
You still have to like, you know, level them and gear them and shit, but like,
Pull back,
It
Austin.
is still so nice.
Nah, I win. Ow.
you just let that guy
Yeah.
hit you with the hammer so fucking hard.
Rainer, what's your status? Rainer, come in.
Rainer. What's your
Rainer.
Raynor? Like from StarCraft?
Whoa.
Wait, the crocodile's not here, Steven. What the hell?
Hold on just a sec.
What the fuck?
That's because that's in Legendary.
That's stupid.
Dang, they don't have fish AI in this. Call of Duty Ghosts 1, Division 2 0.
Call of Duty Ghosts is better. Objectively
Call of
better
Duty-
because of fish AI.
Call of Duty Ghosts is a video game.
It
I'm
sure
gonna
It
leave
is.
is
it
a
at that.
video game.
No one can take that away from it.
I'm gonna leave it at that, dude. That's all I'm gonna leave it at.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of fucked with it though.
Their zombie mode was my favorite.
It was
Whatever the fuck
aliens,
that
though.
shit
It wasn't
was.
zombies, right?
Yeah, whatever the fuck that shit
Yeah,
was.
What
was
the hell
awesome.
are you guys doing?
I
Extinction
didn't realize
mode,
there
bro.
were a lot of people. That's on me, Coach. I'm sorry.
You both just ran in there.
Oh, I didn't give a fuck. You want to know why I ran in, Steven? I was afraid of the mortars, okay?
That's legendary.
I've only done this on Legendary.
Okay, you know what? You let
So
me
I
tell you
didn't
what to
know-
be afraid of. How about that?
No, wow, okay. Yes, sir. Do I need to bring the runes for bind?
Yes.
Hey Dakota. I forgot to ask.
Oh god. Oh god.
Did
Oh
you-
god. Austin!
I do number 8. Huh? Oh.
What'd you yell,
I'm
Austin?
live.
I was just making sure he was paying attention for when I was about to get him up, but I didn't get him up fast enough.
What? What
Have you,
Austin? What were you
have, you,
saying?
have you started Kaiju number 8 yet?
Huh?
Yeah, we're going
Oh my
on.
god, he
Kaiju
hasn't
number
he
eight
hasn't
on
started Kaiju
Crunchyroll.
number 8. Oh my god.
What do you want about it?
The anime. Kaiju number 8. Have you started
No.
it? Ah.
It's so good.
Now.
Been busy
Ow.
with my apprenticeship, bro.
Oh wait, yeah, that's true. Never mind.
Yeah, man. Gonna be
I
making the big bucks.
Okay? You don't heal the dead.
I just did. I just did.
See, next time I play D&D, which I hope it's soon. I gotta finish my campaign with my players, but I fucking hope it's soon, man. And I'm debating between one of two characters.
Okay.
I'm either debating in what I refer to as the best doctor.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to cure diseases, but I can sure the fuck bring you back from the dead.
So you're a necromancer?
So, yeah, 100%. But it's just like someone's gonna have a common cold, and I'm gonna be like, well, I know one way to do it. Reveals knife.
Who is inviting me? Why are they inviting me?
This way? No.
I'm so popular.
My second idea of a character is one I heard online, and I'm gonna steal the shit out of it. Is playing a 7 or 8 foot tall full orc, right?
Okay,
Big motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who's a rogue.
Great.
And the way that he stealths is through intimidation. So he'll walk behind you, crunch, crunch, crunch. They hear you, and you go, "You don't see me." And then they just go, "You know what? Yeah, I don't see you, big dog."
A friend of mine, his pitch for a D&D character was an alligator
Yep.
that has extremely high deception, and the entire time he is trying to hide the fact from the team that he is an alligator.
There was one I read online that was something similar called Sir Barrington, where he's a bear in human clothes.
Barrington. So I think I've seen that one.
He's a bear in human clothes, and he has a spell that summons a servant. And he just asked the DM if he could flavor it to the servant to be up at all times. He gave his servant an amulet of animal speak.
Mm-hmm.
So Sir Barrington could speak to his servant, and his servant would just be like, "Sir, that is well said, sir. Very well said." And he would just translate whatever he says. But Sir Barrington also had a very high charisma score because he's a warlock.
Mm.
So he would deceive people into
With his-
thinking he's not a bear.
See,
And the way apparently like this campaign went on for like years, right? And towards the end of the campaign, they were at like a social dinner or whatever. And he finally failed a deception check. So one of the people who were sitting at the table they were at, they're like, "It's a bear!" and the guards escorted that dude out and said, "Sir Barrington, we are so sorry. We are so sorry that this happened. We can't believe he would say something like that."
that's pretty good. See, I love the alligator idea because, like,
Yeah.
it's the way it was said to me was like, he doesn't tell anyone but the DM that he's an alligator.
Yep.
And so when like,
Bro, I
he-
just got kidnapped.
How did what?
so when he
I just got
says
kidnapped.
like what his action is, he says like, yeah, I jump in the water and I thrash around until the enemy dies. Like he describes very alligator-like things, and people eventually can just be like, I roll for perception. Is this guy an alligator?
Dude, that's great. There is a third thing I want to do. And I have to have a pretty cool DM to do it, because you could break it, but I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a druid that doesn't know they're a druid. So I want to be stuck in a wild shape
Yeah.
that I don't know how to get out of. Like, to the point of, I don't speak common.
Yeah, so you're just a deer in the woods.
I'm a deer or a cat or
Yeah.
whatever, right? And I'm that. Until I'm unconscious for the first time, which forces you out of wild shape. And then everyone, including me, freaks the fuck out.
Hey, you're just like a rabbit. You get punted across the street, and then
Yeah.
you just turn into a big brawling black guy.
Yeah.
But the moment you wake up, you turn back into the animal.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man.
Turn to a different animal, and you just do
Yeah,
it all
turn
over
into-
again.
Just
You're a rabbit that doesn't realize that they're a horse.
I'm still pouncing around like a rabbit, but
Yeah.
I'm just a 10. That's pretty good.
Also, Dakota, it is wild. You just got kidnapped into a raid.
You got kidnapped.
Oh,
What?
gators!
Yeah. Wait. So what did the guy say that he needed you for? A raid, or was it something else he asked?
He's focusing. It's a raid.
So
That's pretty good.
I
Also, what
I played
raid?
we played D&D for Extra Life. That was how we ended the most recent D&D session. It was chaos. I don't like D&D. I like the idea of tabletop RPGs, but I've got a bit of a personal vendetta with D&D. We could talk about it later. But
You told me about it.
okay, cool. I really enjoyed what we did with this session because Jake, I was really expecting Jake to do something else, but Matt was the one. I don't know if you remember Matt.
I do.
Okay. Matt was the DM because he DMs regularly with his group. And so he was like, all right, what do you guys want to be? And I'm really proud of what my character was. Mine was actually a really cool idea, but I'll get to that in a second. But Jake was like, hey, you know Franklin the Turtle?
What?
And we were like, yeah. And he was like,
Just Franklin?
he was like, I'm that, but I'm a barbarian. So
Oh, no. So
What?
he's a soft barbarian.
so his whole thing was like that he is a turtle whose turtle family was killed by a rabbit, tortoise in the hare, and he went to seclusion and only found rage. So the best part about all of this is that Jake failed every single roll he made for our game. So Jeremy, who was a giant druid, that would just like, and this was all in game where he fit the rules. All he summoned was velociraptors.
That's a
And so the entire
That's something
time,
mildly good, Steven.
okay.
On the top by the echo.
Okay. But so the entire time, Jeremy's entire agenda was to just piss off Jake. Like, Jake would be like, and we did Curse of Strahd was the thing we did.
Dude, that's so fucking brutal, man.
Yeah.
Why would you do Curse of Strahd?
I don't know.
Some books were made unfairly. That's the book.
But Jake would be like, and he would always talk like this. So he's like, I bend over and I investigate the bookshelf. And then Jeremy goes, Jake's investigating the bookshelf? And Matt's like, yes. And Jeremy goes, I grab him by the shell and I throw him into the ceiling.
Oh my god.
And because Jake, just the dice were not vibing with Jake, he would always fail. So Jake got stuck in the ceiling and had to roll to get unstuck. And I think he failed that roll. So we couldn't get him out until we got to the second floor of the mansion. And there was one time where Jake finally was like, okay, you know what? My barbarian rage. I get mad. And I look at Jeremy and I go, you need to stop this. We're on the same team. And he failed intimidation on Jeremy, so no one gave a shit. We were just like, oh, that's cute. The turtle's mad. It was so funny. My character, do you know anything about Alan Wake or Alan Wake 2?
Yes, from you, yes.
Okay. So I may have told you about this. My character was Detective Alex Casey from Alan Wake 2. And I was a warlock, and my patron was the writer of the game, aka our DM. Mm-hmm. So I was a character that exists within the game that that did not know that he was a fictional character, but there was a tie between the writer of the story and him.
Right.
And I thought that was really cool.
Cool.
We didn't really do anything with it, but I loved the concept.
Especially in one-shots, you're not going to.
Yeah.
In later stuff, yeah. Good.
But
Oh damn! Oh no, Dakota's game crashed.
but
My game just crashed.
But Matt would do things in that game where he would text me like words from my patron, where he would say things like, "You get a suspicious feeling about the door" or something like that. And since my character was a detective, he would like all of his stuff was perception, and he had decent charisma since he was a warlock. But he basically was like a dual pistol crossbow wielding warlock detective, and I thought that was dope as hell.
Interesting combination of words I just heard. I'm not against it.
Yeah. Well, because like you said, it's a one shot, so I was going more so for the high concept rather than applicability. Because, you know, Alex Casey, he uses a gun in Alan Wake. And so I was trying to just basically recreate him. And the whole time, I was basically playing it like a detective. I didn't know anything about Curse of Strahd going in. But I would do things like, because early on I got a vibe that it was vampires. And so, so I was kind of following that vibe, and I was like, "Oh, what's this silverware at the table made of?" Like, these. This
you said it's silver.
It was actually copper. I'm just kidding. It was silver. But
It's actually copper, you bitch.
But I was playing the whole thing like a detective, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we were too pressed for time, so we didn't really even get to finish. Oh, also, Matt was placing cursed relics throughout the game that he was trying to trap Jake with.
Sure.
He had one relic somewhere in the game that we unfortunately didn't trigger that was going to take away Jake's ability to speak Basic or Common.
God.
Dude, I don't think.
So he was going to revert Jake to being just a regular Franklin-ass turtle.
I think I've told you my favorite D&D story from this campaign that I'm a DM of. I don't know if I have. We had a character who lived in the woods and basically was a Klansman. You know,
What?
not that type of Klansman, but a Klans man.
Okay.
You're going to have to...
He was a wood elf and lived in the wood with his own people, right?
Okay, so he was a man of
But
his
they
clan.
were- Yes, he was a man of his clan, which
Okay.
was a Klansman, but...
Ah, whoa, what are we talking about here?
Anyways, they've been secluded from their own elf village for so long that they didn't speak, like, they spoke like a dialect of Elvish, right?
Yeah.
But it was so different because they've been separated for so long, because elves live very long, that it was a different language, so to speak,
Yeah.
right? So he doesn't really have a great way to communicate. That's just like the baseline of his character, right?
Yeah.
He communicates through hand signs, gestures, that sort of stuff, right? Relatively early on in the campaign, the party got kind of pissed at it, which, understandable, you want to communicate with all your party members.
Right.
So, in a big town, they met a librarian. The librarian was like, hey, you guys are a bunch of pieces of shit.
If you find
And-
folks on a chess piece, by the way, I'll be immediately interested.
I didn't find focus, I found you kinetic momentum.
That's not focused.
I know. No chess piece.
Yeah.
But the party basically came into town, tried to be murder hobos. Half the town hated him, including the librarian.
Hey, look, we can see where we are because the little dots.
Oh, that's true. What the fuck is happening?
That's interesting that they actually physically put us in the train. They didn't need to do that for this cutscene.
But the librarian says,
Oh, I
hey,
guess
you
they
know
did.
what? If you... Wow, I stood on my gun like a skateboard. That was the coolest fucking... What? Anyways, the librarian basically said, hey, if you guys help me find a couple books that I'm missing, I will teach you... I'll teach your party member common, you know?
Yeah.
So you can speak to people. They eventually find the books. They were told not to open the books. They opened both the books. They think the librarian has a very high deception check and insight. So he didn't let the party know that he knew that they lied. But he knew that they lied. So he said, sure, I'll teach him common.
Oh, no.
And what this motherfucker did is he taught him primordial,
Oh.
thinking it was common. He goes through the rest of the campaign not knowing common or anything. But I specifically chose primordial because I knew I would use it later.
Yeah.
And the rest of the group didn't know. Nobody fucking knew what language he learned. I didn't put it on his character sheet. I didn't put shit. But towards the end of the campaign, there's this old ass book. It's got a bunch of dust on it. You need to uncurse it with a seal, all this shit.
Yeah.
And I just go, oh, hey, player, you can read this. And he goes, I can what? And the rest of the group is like, he can read? And then they went to the person that was in the village or whatever, wherever they were at,
Yeah.
about it. And they're like, do you know what language is this? They're like, yeah, it's like an ancient, like, primordial language. And he's just like, yeah, I can read it word for word. And the rest of the group's just like, what the fuck?
That's pretty good. That's mean,
and
but pretty good.
The time difference between this, Steven, was 2 years.
Oh my god. That's insane.
I had a gag in my pocket for 2 years.
That's
But I knew I was gonna pull.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've played. I've played this. Like I said, I really like the idea of tabletop RPGs, and there's some that I would love to try. Specifically, the Secret World. Have you ever played that MMO or heard of it?
Nope.
It takes place in modern day, and there are 3 factions. There's the Dragons from Asia, the Templars from UK, and the Illuminati from the States. And the concept is basically all mythology is real in modern day, and so it's like you're an agent of one of these different factions that is fighting like zombies in this one town in like New England, or you're going to Egypt and fighting against like the Egyptian pantheon stuff. Really cool stuff like that. There's magic, there's guns, there's blades, all that. Like, it really neat. Like, I saw they were getting a tabletop that I'm very curious to try. But the other one that I've played is the Star Wars RPG, and that one was a lot of fun because we had a really good DM. But part of that, and I've told this story here before, but I don't think Evan's ever heard this story. When Anna and I joined, we joined a session like a game or a group, so we had to get written in the middle. It was a RPG from the perspective of a group of stormtroopers, basically. So like an elite group of Imperial soldiers that weren't quite stormtroopers. They're better than that, but they still worked for the Empire, and they were called
Troopers.
What?
Arc Troopers.
Dark Troopers?
Arc.
Troopers.
A-R-C.
Okay, well, we weren't like in the stormtrooper armor, I don't think, but basically,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we were agents that worked for the Empire in various different forms, and so they were called Havoc Squad. That's what we were called.
Okay.
And so my character that I made was, I think his class on paper was a big game hunter, but Daniel, the GM, let me be creative with it. So I made it to where my character was raised on an Outer Rim planet that I can't remember the name of, but I did a deep dive on the lore to make this all lore accurate. That planet is where Vornskurs are native to. Vornskurs are force-sensing jaguars, basically, that have poison-tipped tails that can paralyze their targets. So my character is a big game hunter that has a tamed Vornskr that he can use to... Basically, I'm running 2 characters at once. And I really love doing that. But the first... there was this guy there who did not really know how to roleplay. He didn't really understand that he doesn't have above game knowledge, or he's not supposed to. So like Daniel would say something and he'd be like, I do this because I know that this is coming because you just said that, you know, like stuff like that. Just annoying. He played a Jawa and he apparently didn't really like being a Jawa and was considering killing off his character.
Sure.
So the Anna's character was just like a pilot that had been hired and like placed on Havoc Squad. My character was not a part of this yet. Havoc Squad was supposed to meet a contact on some planet for a job. I was that guy's mercenary for hire, and I was going to be roped into Havoc Squad, basically.
Okay.
So Havoc Squad comes to find me. Havoc Squad comes to find their contact, and I'm there, and they don't know who I am. So the Jawa guy just starts charging towards our location, and so I'm like, I shoot on sight because and also this Jawa character, he ran there when everybody else took like a land speeder, so he got there like 2 hours late, and he, because his rolls were so bad, trailed a group of wild beasts behind him. And so I see this Jawa running, blades drawn, with like beasts behind him. So I'm just like, I shoot on sight. This maniac is trying to attack us. And so I'm starting to shoot him. And my Vornsker, I send out to attack him. And no one in game or above game knows what the Vornsker is. And I made sure to keep that knowledge to myself. So I basically said, my Vornsker charges, rolls for agility or whatever, to dive out of the way and whip his tail left to basically tag the Jawa. And so the guy, of course, was like, oh, I see that something's happening with the tail, so I dodge it. And Daniel was like, no, you don't know anything about the tail. Roll for perception. Your perception's low. Okay, you fail. You don't know what the tail does. And so what ends up happening is the Vornsker injects a paralytic agent into this Jawa who is in knee-deep water. The Jawa starts to go limp and decides to kill himself by basically like doing a dual thermal detonator self-destruct rather than going limp in the water. So my first action in this game is that I kill a player.
God damn.
And it was fantastic. I loved every second of it. I'm dead, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, no, I'm reviving him.
Yeah, he's fine.
God, dude.
That's a far way to revive you, by the way.
That really is. But there was another guy. His name was Michael. He's always so fun to play. He had been in our previous game as well, like our previous group that was more smuggler focused. But his character, I can't remember what his class. He may have been a hacker of some kind, like a slicer. But a side quest that he had made for himself was that he was trying to basically get Havoc Squad to be famous on the net. So he would focus a lot of his time off mission on our branding.
That's fucking.
So he would like try to make Havoc Squad T-shirts and stuff. Oh man, he and I got paired on a mission one time where we were like being tested against another squad, and oh man, that was because he was playing a character that was afraid of animals. Like his character was like, and our mission was to go on a hunt, like a controlled hunt, and he was such a liability. But I gotta respect the game because he really stuck to his character.
Yeah. Oh, they spawned from that door. Oh. Well, this will be fun.
Stay put.
I'm chilling.
But yeah, I've had some good time. Like my best tabletop RPG moments definitely come from the Star Wars RPG rather than D&D. But there are some that I'd really love to play.
Yeah, but you also played fucking Curse of Strahd, like, ugh.
I mean, Curse of Strahd's not really where my bad experiences come from. I enjoyed what we did with Curse of Strahd. Holy crap!
Did you find it?
No, I found a really good Golan mask though.
That's good.
It is open to anybody that wants it.
No thank yous.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Austin's scarred from this mission because the first time he played this mission, he left before watching this echo. So he had to play the entire mission over again.
I don't
Damn.
want to talk about it, man.
I know you don't.
I really
Here's the
don't.
Golan mask. Come look at it.
That's pretty good.
It,
No, thank you.
it ruined me. I was
We
like,
killed a mom. Oh no.
nothing else is spawning. Watch it. Holy shit.
Which I do love that echo because it's a very good summation of Emmeline Shaw, and it's a really good send off to her character that was very underutilized.
Sure.
But you know,
He's fucking insane.
she is.
Get me out of here, Steven.
I shall get you out of here. Also, I realized about halfway through that mission that I can do this build a better way, and I can actually use the True Patriot chess piece for a change. So I don't really need the piece anymore. So we did that whole mission.
Awesome.
For
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
So glad you fucking mentioned it now.
Which, I mean, we didn't find anything. So really, after doing the mission and saying, hey guys, I know we didn't find anything, but good news, turns out I don't need it anymore. To me, that's the best outcome.
Or we could have not done that.
But we have all these memories of us talking about D&D.
Uh-huh, that's fair.
We've had some good discussion tonight. I'm very glad we got the seasonal character conversation out of the way early, because now maybe if the masses of Division players come and watch this post stream, they won't be so mad at me like the Helldivers players were.
They're so mad.
Let me see. Where is True Patriot? We're probably done for the night, but oh, good. It's at Tidal Basin. Yeah, I think we're done for the night.
Ooh.
Brother, ooh.
Brother, ew. Ah, man.
Have we got any clan caches this week?
I don't know.
It's today, I think.
Did you notice, or at least it has it could be a visual glitch for me.
Yep.
We have 2 caches. The red alert is finally done inside of the White House. That red light isn't constantly flashing anymore.
What red light?
Previous seasons, there was like a red light that would strobe
Where?
throughout the hallway.
Here?
In this hallway right here, like the main hallway.
I gotta get the cash.
Because the previous a couple seasons ago, the White House was attacked,
Right.
and so the red.
So where?
This hallway.
This hallway. Where at?
Literally the main hallway. Like a red light would strobe back and forth, like not literally like every second, but it would like go through like a wave throughout the hallway every few seconds.
As if it was like saying evacuate kind of thing.
Yeah,
Right. I understand.
and it finally turned off.
Good for it. They
Which-
need to save the power.
Which, if that light is indicative of the lapse of time in this world, then a season is a day, maybe.
Damn.
Oh, got a max weapon damage ACR.
Mhm.
Ooh, buddy. Ooh, I got some Habsburg gloves that have maybe a god roll.
Habsburgs.
Hey,
Shit for my
anybody
caches.
anybody want Habsburg gloves that are a brand bonus of headshot damage that has crap armor rolls but max status effect and max explosive resistance? Eh?
No.
Ooh.
Brother, ew.
Oh dang.
No, but ironically enough, I did get something good from the cache.
What'd you get?
I got a better pair of striker gloves.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, they got max crit damage on them.
I'm so happy.
Yay!
So happy.
Be happier.
Happy.
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 Happy, joy. Happy, joy. I need a.
Oh, I just got like a max all 3 on a military M60.
Ooh, nice.
I gotta
M6
check
is-
it though after.
M6
I
is
got a
good.
good I got an MP7 as well. Not MP5, I mean. MP5.
P5 is also good.
So that'll go for crit damage when I get a better holster.
I think I need to make a. I think I need to make just finally pull the trigger and make a like all red core build, and I
Yeah.
think I need to do it with Diamondback. I think I'd have fun with that. Just do a rootin' tootin' gun shooting kind of.
Diamondback, my
Wow.
guy.
Hey Evan, you like unhinged, right?
No.
I like
Evan
Unhinged
is
in
unhinged.
Descent. In Descent, it's
Oh.
beautiful.
Yeah.
In the
You would-
normal game, it's ass.
Also, if anybody finds a Diamondback, please give because I apparently don't have it.
What?
oh, I can't
I
share this with
I probably gave it to somebody else because that's the kind of person I am.
you.
I give people the garbage I don't want.
Yeah, exactly.
I've definitely seen one.
You definitely have, and you probably know where it went.
But yeah, I'm thinking like do a Diamondback crit damage build that uses either Memento, of course, or Dodge City, and just really lean into like basically do kind of a interpretation of Jeremy's Texas Tough Boy build, but really lean in to the. Holy crap! Discord just freaked out. You guys still hear me?
Yep.
Oh man, getting some really bad visual glitches on Discord right now.
Also,
Hello?
really good Theodora grips.
Oh my
Hey,
god!
man.
What?
You know.
What?
Here.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
What? I think I need to end because Discord is currently shitting itself. Like
Yeah.
everything is layered on top of itself.
Ooh, fun.
Oh wait. Oh, and we're good.
Oh.
We're back.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
Oh.
But yeah, I think that is it for me.
Yeah, no, it's a good place.
But yeah, good talk. Anna is house parenting next week again, because wouldn't you know it, when she was house parenting last time, towards the end of her time there, one of the house parent couples quit. So there's even more of a need for her to house parent. So I'm saying all this to say I'm probably going to be streaming most nights, and if you guys are around, please let me know,
Yeah.
and we can game.
I am.
Oh,
Wait.
I love
Next week you
gaming.
said?
Yes, Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
I love gaming.
Cool. Yeah, stream. Thanks for hanging out. We will catch you guys probably on Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a good weekend.